where everybody knows your name. Laughter fills the air like a sweet refrain. Sit and share a story, but I drink or two. In this cozy bar, where dreams come true, where smiles and friends remain, and good times ease the pain. Here we go again.
Hello, hello, can you see me, can you hear me, can you let me know? It is cheating, in as much as it's not counting, we're not having it. No ads. Oh, have I been banned? There's been something happened as well with YouTube. They're taking more and more control over when ads are being shown in everything, in an attempt to make it better. Which I don't think they are, because it seems to be that ads keep getting thrown into places where they shouldn't be getting thrown into. The hat, the famous hat, thank you. How are we? I've barely spoken today, so my throat's knackered. By knackered, I don't mean sore, I just mean it hasn't been used. Apart from a couple of times I picked Jess up and took her home and whatever. Apart from that, I haven't said 2 words. There was no phone calls. The only conversations I've had have been on chat. In-depth conversation with a colleague earlier. That was over Teams. No actual words. Is the dookie working? It is. You'll soon find out if it changes within the next 10 seconds or so. Keep an eye out for Nelly. There it goes, it went. Barnsley, how you doing? I didn't even have to get Horace to come out and batter it, so it worked. Happy days. Have I switched everything on? Lights. We're going with the pared down look again with the lights. Not that one. Big lights off. Mics on, cameras on. Dukey's on. Is the tablet sorted? Have you fixed it? I still haven't sorted out this camera. I meant to do it, didn't I, over the weekend, but I never did. And then I've had days where I could have sorted it and I haven't done it. Remind me to sort this camera out this week. One of the nights when I finish work, just log straight into my computer, my normal one, and then sort this bloody camera out. Don't know what I've done to it. I've changed one of the settings, I think, and I can't remember which one I've changed. Which is a right ball ache. See, the light's on. It's on autofocus. It's the face that should be autofocusing on. You were going to rejig Kicky Jukebox. Rejig all you like. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But learning how to do stuff is part of the process, isn't it? You're still on the phone. What a ball like that is. Bloody tablets. I could do with one myself, a better one. But I don't think any of them are good enough to... oh, fucking, it's doing my head in this now. Don't think any of them are good enough to actually do any of the editing that I need to do. Video editing. It's the only reason why I'd really use one. If I need something that's going to be good for editing as well, I might be forced into buying an Apple product, and I hate that. A MacBook or something. I hate them. But for some bizarre reason, they work better for editing. Might ask my niece, I think she's got a MacBook. See whether or not I can borrow it. Just install one bit of editing software and then try and edit a video and see if it works. Might do it, might not do it. And if it does, do I keep an eye out for a cheap second-hand one? A reconditioned? Because all literally I would use it for is for editing videos. Whereas at the moment, that's what I use. Mi telefono. Mi telefono más grande, as they say in Japan. Better than nothing it is. At least you can stay in contact with the outside world. Even if the outside world is just us here. Try before you buy, exactly. Although, to be honest, pretty much every YouTuber out there has said that it's a MacBook or a Mac Mini or something like that is the best thing to get. That's all I ever use. No idea why. It's strange as well. I've tried to do a little bit of editing on my laptop, which got 16 gigabytes of RAM, which is fairly hefty. And it just seems really choppy to begin with. Makes it really difficult to get into a flow of editing things. Not that I really do much, but it's made it really almost impossible to use for that. Whereas my phone, I know it's only a smaller screen, but my phone, doesn't matter what, if I record in 8K, 4K, 2.7K, 60 frames per second, 120, anything, and just lash it on my phone, stick it together and it's sorted. Takes a bit longer to render at the end of it, but there's no problem at all. Yours is only basic. Alright, for what you use it for, that's all you need really, isn't it? As long as it stays healthy, you know what I mean? Sponsored. Possibly. But it's just, people that even aren't sponsored will tell you they just seem to be perfect at editing, which is bizarre. Renee, how are you doing? How's it over there in Canada? Is it freezing cold? We had 1 degree, plus 1 degree Celsius this morning. Ice on the car. Followed by plus 13, I think it was this afternoon. Quite a strange turnaround, to be honest. I was not expecting that. I made that mistake the other day when it said it was going to be nice and warm. I thought, oh, brilliant. Nice, glorious morning. And now when I got up, there was ice all over the car. Within the space of about an hour, it had cleared off completely. You've only got tablets now, Mandy. Does that mean you're off the drink? Is that what you're trying to tell us? Oh, no, not them kind of tablets. Not those kind of Gary tablets. No. You aren't double dropping Mitsubishis either. You'd love to get a tablet, but no, not in your finances in the near future. You never know. Jean's crossed, you might be able to get one at some point. They are handy. I've got an iPad despite me despising Apple products. Well, not just Apple products, Apple as a company. I bought a second-hand iPad a few years ago just because I needed GarageBand for some stuff. And I don't mind it, but I hate this thing about Apple being fantastic. It's the same as Elon pissing Musk. Oh, they invented this? No, they never. They invented that? No, they never. Samsung took them to court because they stole the design of the iPod. The iPhone was stolen from Samsung, wasn't it? Everything they've done, they've stolen from someone else, but packaged it really well. And then all of a sudden, Steve Jobs is a genius. My baboon's arse. Sunny but still cold. It's lovely. Absolutely lovely this morning. Once the heater had come on a little bit and the sun had just come up a little bit more above the houses and what have you, the temperature went up immediately to the point where I had the window open in the car on the way home. Freezing on the way there. Window open on the way home. It's bizarre. The daffodils are sprouting. Springs are coming. The daffodils are thick as shit though, aren't they? Because they come up, we have a frost, they all die out and that's it. You don't see them for another year. But the spring is coming. Is it tomorrow, isn't it? First day of astronomical, the first day of astronomical spring. Nothing to do with astrology, nothing to do with your star signs. Tomorrow is the first day of astronomical spring. There you go. Your temperatures went up to 15 today and 17 tomorrow. Shocking for March. Sound, doesn't it? Man, you keep getting sidetracked by apps. That's the whole point of apps, to get you sidetracked. Back to minus 12 on the weekend. Jeez, man. That's a heavy swing, that, isn't it? 17 to minus 12. 29-degree swing. What the? Helicopter. Light on the front. Now, that could be a stolen car. That could be a manhunt. It could also be someone lost at sea, someone in trouble at sea. Because obviously we're a seaside town, so occasionally you'll see them up trying to find people who are in trouble in water. This is not the kind of day to be on the water. Definitely not. Come up for St David's, obviously, yes, that's it. And then disappear in time for St George. Hang around for St Patrick's as well, to have a pint with their fellow Celtic brother. And then piss off in time for St George. When's that? Is it April or May, St George? I don't know. I wouldn't know. Don't even know St Andrew either. We only ever really know Paddy's Day, don't we? Paddy's Day. P-A-D-D-Y. Paddy. Patty is a girl's name. Don't make me tap the sign. Next pause refurb. You put in a window where the poster is. That would take some working out. Buy second hand but never buy an Apple. I don't blame you at all. Samsung makes some really good tablets. I've had a couple of the Samsung Galaxy tabs. Because I use Samsung Galaxy phones, it's pretty much like just having a big phone, only you can't make calls with it. That's about it. Well, you can actually, can't you? I suppose you could be like Dom Jolly and use WhatsApp or something. Because you can. WhatsApp is connected to a phone number, but you can then have that WhatsApp account linked onto tablets or even your desktop. So you can send messages and take calls via your desktop, via WhatsApp. Did you know that? Did you know that? And don't forget, pause refurb. The lotto might come in tonight, at which point the next pause or the next couple of months worth of pause could be coming from Barbados or an actual fabricated bear's paws set. Because I would definitely do that, man. I would definitely do that. Your old one is Samsung, the memory is full. Right, well, if the lottery comes in tonight, tablets all round. There you go. I'll do an Oprah Winfrey. You have a tablet, and you have a tablet, and you have a tablet. We can make that happen. Yeah, but I would build a bear's paws set. How sad would that be? Do you not just want to be a millionaire lying on a beach, you know? Wednesday, Sunday, smashing it there. Should we have a look and see if we can find out what that was, by the way? That helicopter. Or will it have gone by now? I think it might be a police one, so they're not throwing it on flight radar. They're starting to get a bit shitty, them now, flight radar. You hear about 300 planes going over your house, and when you log in, nothing. Absolutely nothing. Pay to unlock this feature. Foxtrot Oscar. There you go. Jackie Lewis, what about you? There you go. Yours was the first hand in the air, waving it like you just don't care. In a lockup, it could be. It could be in a lockup. There's plenty of places like that around Southport. Or even a farm. There's loads of old farm buildings, which are really nice. Lovely houses with about 27 outbuildings. One that would be made into a place just for cars. Because I would do that. Mandy, you would like a choc and tea, would you? This is going to be the old one again, isn't it? It's the spoon. It's always the spoon, man. I also haven't updated what I needed to update because this week has been a bit of a write-off, to be honest with you. Last week, Wednesday and Saturday, I was out. 2 trips to Liverpool. I was exhausted on Sunday. There's no way on earth I could have streamed. And I've been tired ever since. To sort of, I don't know, cramp in bed, keep me awake at times. Not being able to sleep because my mind was overplaying. Being overtired and things like that. You know what I mean? So I'm still tired. If I win the Euro Millions, buy our old pub. Our old pub is in bits at the moment. It's almost... half of it's missing. Euro Millions, I would have bought the place if I hadn't have been semi-knocked down. But unfortunately, it is about to fall and collapse into bits. Shame, because I love that place. Loved it. Lovely, lovely pub. Ali, oh. How's it going? You alright? You call it St Patrick's Day, not Paddy's? We call it Paddy's over here, like. The patty thing I can't get with. Americans calling it Patty's Day. It's like, it's not what it's called. Jackie, you're not bad. Can't argue with that, can you? That's about as much as you can hope for these days, isn't it? I like, there was a Bill Bailey talking about that. The difference between if you speak to like an American or an Australian, they're always really hyper and dead optimistic and happy and that. How's things? Awesome. Oh, was it Australians? Awesome. Awesome. Everything's awesome. And you ask an Englishman or a Brit, how are you? Well, not too bad. As though we understand there is a level of shitness to which we could descend at any point. I like that. Ali B in the house. Sounds familiar. Are you like an RV with an inside toilet? Of course, of course. Living the dream. How Paddy's Day go for you? Our Irish chums, did you get exceptionally drunk? You two Irish people that don't drink. A Fanta and some Pringles. There you go, some Teddy salted Pringles. Once you pop, you definitely can't stop. You spent in your garden tidying up a bit. Euro Millions isn't tonight. Tonight is a normal. It's a normal lottery tonight. Euro Millions on Friday though is £166 million. That's right, £166 million on Friday. Oops, sorry, you just missed tonight's draw. No, I didn't. I put it on earlier. Tonight is a treble rollover, so it'll be about 6 million more. Friday, £166 million. Imagine what you could do with that amount of money. You could buy an MP, couldn't you? Almost. Today was cold this morning, but the afternoon was fab. Just been saying that. It was freezing cold when I left the house this morning at about 20 past 7, I think it was. Yeah, 20 past 7ish. Freezing cold, ice on the car. Got to pick my daughter up, it was still cold in the car. Dropped her off, which is a 5-minute drive from hers to the place where she works. The car had warmed up, but outside had warmed up significantly because the sun had come over the houses. Then all of a sudden it was lovely. Windows open. Just got like 4 or 5 degrees warmer within seconds. It was bizarre. Same in Northern Ireland as well. Yep. You were at home most of the day for Paddy's Day. Best thing to do. I used to hate Paddy's Day living in the pub. Full of fuckwits who don't drink Guinness, trying to drink Guinness. And the first thing you do when you have the first sip is, oh, that's horrible. Can I have some black currant in that, please? We'd go through 1 bottle of black currant every month or so in the pub. We'd go through about 6 or 7 on Paddy's Day. People who don't drink Guinness trying to, I don't know, get into the spirit of things. If you don't drink it, don't drink it. My Irish mate used to live in the hills, he called it, Dublin. Is it the Blue Lighters pub? Used to fucking hate the English coming over drinking Guinness when all the local lads just wanted a pint of harp. Having to wait for all these pints of Guinness to get done for people that don't even like it. You're not Irish, you got a felt hat. Fucking grow up. You'd be happy with one of those millions. Not even one of those would do. I'm not greedy. A little bit of it. Just enough to make a difference I'd be happy with that. Any sign of Steve-O? We haven't seen him, have we? He'll be around somewhere now. You had a frost this morning. You had to defrost the car. That's exactly what it was like. Nobody told us either. The weather app was lying, saying it was going to be warm. Then when I looked at it, oh yeah, it is going to be cold after all. Was it Thursday, Friday? So tomorrow and Friday. Up to 21 degrees in England. That's going to be the southwest, isn't it? Hot. Tom. He's around somewhere. I seen him on Blue Sky earlier on. It was Baltic, but no frost. There was on the car definitely yesterday. Yeah, wouldn't it be nice never having to worry about bills again? If that 166 million came in, nobody on this stream would have to worry about bills ever again. There'd be more than enough money to help people out in that way, wouldn't it? That's what you should do if you ever come up into that kind of money. Help people. Help people out. Know what I mean, man? Do some proper helpies. Wouldn't buy an MP, waste that fucking money. You can do you a lot of good though buying an MP, can't you? Get yourself in a House of Lords. That'd look good in a robe, wouldn't it? Imagine that streaming in your ermine robe on a Wednesday and Sunday. Would they allow you to stream from the House of Lords? Order! I'll have a Fanta and Poor Ingles, thank you. Yeah, different kind of order. Is there any footy tonight? I haven't even looked, to be honest with you. Is it not a international week? Is it not an international week, sorry? The Football Union of Russia beat Grenada 5-0. India beat the Maldives 3-0. Kazakhstan 2, Curacao 0. Hong Kong 2, Macau 0. Vietnam 2, Cambodia 1. Local grudge match, I would say. No, it doesn't look like it. Unless you're into the Highland and Lowland leagues up in Scotland, with the best names of any football teams. Buckie Thistle 2, Devon Vale 0. Inverurie 0, Brechin 0. Keith 0, Broader Rangers 1. You've got Lossiemouth, Rothes, Strathspey. Some great names in the Highland Leagues. My dad used to play alongside a player from Inverness, Clachnacudden. What a great name. The first thing you do is give 100 million away. You probably wouldn't. Because if you leave 100 million in the bank or in some high interest account, that amount of money can make money work constantly for you. Just the interest to be able to make people's lives better. That's the way you've got to look at it. The same way if you won £5 million, you wouldn't go and spend £2 million on a house in cash. You'd get a mortgage because the interest would pay your mortgage, and at the end of it, you'd have your house and your £5 million. Always thinking, man, always thinking. Thomas, you are around. You did. You posted a sunset time-lapse video on that there blue sky there. I saw that there. I like that there. Wondering if it's Steve I was watching football. He might be. There'll be someone somewhere. Yep, you're reverting to Twitch along with the other 5,999 people over there. There's not 6,000 people on Twitch. You are lurking and working but never shaking. Nearly the end of the GP review year, April to April, of course. Need to get all of your jobs done. Never in doubt, you will get it done. Never in doubt. George Michael, man. Gotta have faith to faith to faith that. Burr, burr. You give away that much too as well, Renee. Oh, make it work. Make your money work as much as possible. Help people out, definitely. No good posting on Blue Sky. Mandy hasn't got that one. You're not missing much, Mandy, to be honest, but it is nice. It's a better kind of environment than Twitter was, is, and forever will be. You work too hard, having to forego your evenings. You do. You work to live, you don't live to work. Remember that. Bastardos. Got an interview next week for something new. You're admitting defeat and looking for something where you don't have to work all hours. OnlyFans, there you go. You heard it here first. Tomash, OnlyFans. You wouldn't worry about that, you'd be dead in a few years. I liked your optimism with that one. Jackie Lewis. He'd be fucking dead anyway. Good luck. Jean-Jay's crossed for the new job. Remember, work-life balance is work-life, not work-life. Don't think the hat would go with the airman. Bit of a sneaky peeky blinders. It is a little bit, isn't it? Only I don't really team it with a Matalan suit to go to the races, like a lot of people do. 6,000 in the house over on Twitch. 6,000 people over there on Twitch watching this. There's not 6,000 people on Twitch. How is Mrs. Tom? Can you hear me, Mrs. Tom? Now it's Domingos Duarte. El gato más guapo, eh? Claro, claro. Love Peaky Blinders. I've never seen Peaky Blinders. I've seen it being filmed. It was filmed outside our office. Well, a lot of it was anyway. As was the Fast and Furious 6 was filmed up and down Dale Street. And all the bouncers from the pubs in town that I know were looking after the cars at 6 o'clock in the morning. I was going into work early. I had to be in for 7 in the morning on my last week of flexi. Just wandering down the street, pissed off, and all I heard was, "Oi, Ashley!" Oh shit, what have I done now? And I turn round, and there's two of the bouncers from the Pen and Wig. "Hey! What the fucking hell are you doing? Looking after these cars, mate. There's no one around. Piece of piss." Marvellous. Where I work, you see on films all the time, because it looks like New York or Chicago or Russia. Looks like all kinds of stuff. Oh, win lots of money and you build an underground house on 500 acres and become a hermit, give the rest away. I love the idea of that. I love the idea as well of building a really, really fantastic top of the range house completely out of the way, underground, so no one can see you. And then leaving wildflowers to grow on top. Wouldn't you love that? Mrs. Tom is knackered after a day doing a dissertation. I always say dissertation with a bit of a Manc accent because of watching Paul Calf. Got a dog, you know. Started out about students. Trigger word is dissertation. Dissertation. Domingo has been in the garden twice with the laundry on the line, so he's a happy cat. Oh, marvellous. Lovely stuff. How many words in a dissertation? 10,000 plus. There's no need for that, man. Jackie Lewis, you travel the world, we know, in an RV with an inside toilet. And lots of wiped down surfaces. Filthy, filthy beggar. Hang on, just got to reply to a message. Yes, the money is in a safety deposit box in unmarked bills. How am I feeling? Oh, thank you very much, Ali Alio. I was feeling loose and jazzy fresh last night because short. Hair is short. I had a lovely shower, a red hot shower. It was a definite 5 out of 7. I was feeling loose and jazzy fresh. A la Howard Moon from The Mighty Boosh. But today I'm knackered again. Because I was doing the nodding dog earlier. And I didn't have a nap. You know that feeling where... It's a bit like if you feel like you're going to sneeze and you don't, your whole body and your mind just goes, man, you've missed out there. It's the same with the nap. If I'd had half an hour earlier, I'd have been sound, but I couldn't, so I'm not. But I'll be alright. Your cat Charlie disappeared for over 24 hours. You were worried sick looking for her. Then she appeared. I think she was hurting a bit. Do you mean physically or emotionally? Was she missing you too? Because now all I can hear is REM, Everybody Hurts, and you and her racing towards each other in slow motion, in sepia. I think it's 10,000. 10,000 words seems a lot, doesn't it? I bet you once you start and you get into your flow, you just spend 10 minutes, the next thing you know, you've done like 1,000 within one fell swoop. But 10,000 looks like a lot in one go there. You'll have to ask. For now, you're just doing very supportive, pick up from the station and have tea ready and jobs done bit. Your editing will come soon. Well, that's all you can be. Be there. Be there. Be the foundation. Be the rock. I got scalped, I did. Number 2, all over. Not all over. Don't need to worry, I'm not going to show you it all over. Yeah, all over my head anyway. Feels better. Normally, I used to do this. I'd let my hair grow a little bit and get it done occasionally at the barbers during the winter. And then during the summer, it would just come off, number 0. So all it was like a bit of stubble. I always felt great after doing that. It felt like suede, which is why they called them suede heads. But I can't do that now. But it does feel much better, so much tidier. And then you jump out the shower and then just do that. Or put your head out the window when it's dry straight away. It's amazing. It's amazing. You know what I mean? Can't complain. Frequently do, but can't really. You can complain. No bastard will listen. No, that's the problem, isn't it? How is Charlie? Is Charlie alright? And you need to have a word. Because Charlie the cat used to tell you to tell people before you went somewhere. Charlie the cat should not be not telling you when they go somewhere. Have we not learned anything from 1970s public information films? Charlie says, always tell your mum when you're going somewhere. Thomas is never done, he isn't. He's a werkeolig. If you stop, you don't restart. Is that what it is? You are perpetual motion, because if not, it just grinds to a halt. I know that feeling. She's a trollop. Did you mean to put a comma in there at all? Barnes, eh? She's a trollop, Jackie. I know it's the way she comes across, but no, she isn't really. Oh, she's a trollop, comma, Jackie. How's me appointment is on Tuesday. at 9 o'clock in the AM, 20 minutes away, which is going to take half an hour to get to because it's that time of the morning. I will leave at 8. Get there for about 8:30. Relax, chill, walk in, find my way to where it is, because no doubt, with it being somewhere that you go to when you can't walk, it will be at the arse end of the hospital, obviously. So I will do that. I will get there early, get seen to, get home, start work, and then we'll see what happens from there. Jean's crossed. Things will be okay. She's fine now. She's an outdoor cat, right, so she knows the score. Came as a feral stray. Found the correct owner there then, yes. Hey. She's okay to be inside. Doesn't like to be kept in. Only when it's too... Well, yeah. Having a base to come into and someone to look after her as and when needed. Best way to be, innit? You love her style. That's right. The sights, sounds and smells of spring are driving the cats wild. Got a few visits with work with people's cats have been out lots. It is. I've said this before. You can smell the change in season. And if we can, animals with a better olfactory organ than us certainly can. There's a different smell to it completely. You know what I mean? I don't know. Is that the flowers coming up? Is it the start of that? Is it the flowers coming up before the pollen comes out? Did he give a different scent? I think it's trees at the moment, isn't it? We need to watch out for tree pollen. Is it them getting ready to pollinate? Is that what the smell is? There's definitely a different smell in the air. I likes it. They'll say you've walked this far, there's nothing wrong with you. You will do, at which point I'll fall over on the floor and then start going, oh, I'm disabled. I'll take a heater, like on Chewing the Fat, I'll take a heater. There is something wrong with it because it's stopping me from becoming an ultra marathon runner. That and the fact that I can't use my arm or my leg. I just want them to have a look at it and say, yes, you fucked up by not getting it seen to at the time. We can fix that for you. Or just if we wrap it up and don't move it for a week, then start doing weights, you'll be sound afterwards. I will do it. But it can't carry on the way it is, feeling weak, because I just feel like I'm going to fall over at any given moment. I almost did fall over yesterday, by the way. I've been feeling a bit lightheaded. What, you? Seriously, yeah. Just because of, I think, the sleeping situation. If I have a nap of a morning, I don't feel lightheaded. I do to begin with when I wake up. If I fall asleep on the sofa, I can't walk for about 5 minutes. I need to get myself back together and then I'm alright. But almost fell over outside the front door. Managed to stop myself. So I think that's a decent sign, isn't it? Maybe you're feeling the same. The lighter nights, the dry warm days make you want to breathe life. Isn't that what we need? It's not for everyone. Not every single person wants to be out there in the sunshine and walking through the grass and what have you, but for those of us that do like that, it's perfect. And I say that as someone who suffers from chronic hay fever, but I still want to be out there. I'm going to make sure I do it this year. Bully me into doing that, man. Jackie enjoys her crack. Sorry, the crack. Pinch a wheelchair, roll up in there. Yeah, that's what I need to do with a Scouse accent. Ah, lad, it was just sat there doing nothing, lad. Next to some poor unfortunate fella who was starfished outside of it. Just thought I'd use it, mate. See the short of the 2 American tourists getting whipped by a lad for not paying for the horse and carriage trip. I haven't seen that. Getting whipped. Do you mean actually whipped? What? What's going on? The whale's gone mad. Where was that? Where about in the world was that? I'm presuming American tourists means it wasn't in the US. Where about in the world was it? Where did it happen? I've got my walking stick anyway, so I could take that with me. I was going to take it into the office with me, for the old sympathy vote. But then I thought, no. So instead I walked in and got, oh, I forgot how big you were. People do forget how big I am. Because the thing is, you see, I'm fairly big. Just warming me thumb up there. They're getting leathered. There you go. Oh, it's been sent. I don't think. Oh, it's in Ireland. Be very careful with this. Oh, Jesus. Your man's not messing around there, is he? Jeez, man. Right, I will give this bit of advice now from someone from the United Kingdom. I will give you this little bit of advice. If you go to Ireland, whether north or south, do not think you can piss off the locals and get away with it, because you can't. End of fucking story. Same as Liverpool, Manchester, Newcastle, Glasgow, Edinburgh. Do not annoy Brits or Irish. We're not Dick Van Dyke and Mary fucking Poppins, mate. Doesn't work that way. Although, I don't know if this is related or not related. I did see another YouTube video earlier. Another black fella from the United States come over to the United Kingdom, and as he was getting his taxi from Heathrow, I think it was, to his Airbnb, or a train station to his Airbnb, the fella charged him about 60 quid for what should have been about a 20 or 30 pound fare. And the woman who ran the Airbnb, kicked off big time. So I can't believe they stood up for me. Of course they did. If you're nice to people, we'll look after you. If you're not, we will hunt you down. I will hunt you down, and I will thrill you. We look after our own, and we look after strangers. Unless, of course, they arrive by dinghy, because there's fuckwits involved in the country as well. You haven't seen it. He needs to get on it, man. Are you a nurse, Mandy? No, definitely not. Imagine nurse, Mandy. Helping out with an operation. Pickups, swab, Metzenbaum scissors, and the next thing you know, you're knitting someone's intestines together. It just wouldn't work. It just wouldn't work. It's in Dublin. Well, don't fuck around in Dublin. Also, not just Dublin. Watch out for all those culchy bastards. Fellas with 6'9" with shoulders like wardrobes. Don't annoy them either. What did the doctor tell me about me knee? The doctor says I've got to go to see the physio at the hospital on Tuesday, so I'm going to go and see that. Get it seen to. Find out what's wrong with it. Whether it's the football injury that's causing the issue, or the stroke, or a bit of both. And then take it from there and see what we can do with it. You're not cut out for that. You could do anything if you put your mind to it, Mandy. Don't be aft. You know what I mean? Can't see how to send it on Instagram. I'll forward it on. Don't worry about it. You've got it on your posts on your channel. There you go. Go on, man. Why did the Americans not pay for the horse ride in the first place? Maybe they thought, because they're Irish, that they were foreign. Seems to be the way at the moment, doesn't it? Again, YouTube videos about American folk thinking they can take the guns all around the world because that's what the law says. It's like, no, mate. Your laws are in your country, not in our countries. No, but, was it the First Amendment, the Second Amendment? All these amendments mean I can do this. Only in your country, mate. No. You don't understand how that's like, for fuck's sake. We understand how your amendments work in your country. They don't work anywhere else in the world. Trust me on this. Pull out a gun in London and you will find very, very quickly that all British bobbies are not unarmed and a lot of them are ex-SAS and special forces and things who could blow a gnat's eyebrows off at about 6 miles. Don't annoy them. Same goes to the rest of Europe as well, to be honest. Piggly Ding next. There you go. I was waiting for that. There you go. Ali Ali out. You're up next. You are up next. I saw your hand because it's pink. Stands out. And we go share, copy link, Insta. It should come up. They were chancing their arm, trying to get away with it. Lesson learned, I would have said. Don't do that when you go to someone else's country, no matter where it is. Just behave. If you're unless they treat you like shit, at which point fight back all you want. But don't be running away from places. Plus Dublin. Look in Dublin. They don't have guns over here. I think if you go to Dublin, you'll find quite a few people actually do. Donald, how you doing? How's things, bud? Harry the horse outside. Look what the wolf dragged. Oh, man. Young Americans have few consequences, so I wanted to save money. But it's a lesson that they're going to learn. You can't do that in some places around the world. Definitely can't do that in some places around the world, because you'll find out very quickly. There's a lot of lunatics in Dublin. I know quite a few of them myself. How's that crack? Well, we're doing all right, aren't we? I think. Shout out, let your orders out. You want a jinxie jingle juice? This, I think, is this the right one? There you go. Peach, pineapple, strawberry, raspberry, rose and apricot. This needs to be amended. Oh, Jackie Lewis.
It's going up, 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 it's there.
It's there. It's shocking to you. These need to be updated because I haven't got round to it, because obviously Sunday just disappeared, didn't it? There you go. It's the spoon, man. It's always the spoon, man. Spoon, man. Yeah, they found out fairly quickly. One of them thanked the fella for whipping them. Lesson learned. Good. Plus, if the young lads make mistakes, if you learn from it, fair enough. Just don't think you can go around the world acting a maggot, because you can't. You will get found out. Fuck about, find out. Fuck around, find out. Whichever one it is, doesn't matter. That's the way it works. About fucking time celebrating your rise to 31. Good going, now. Good going. So what made that name then? What was that? Where are we? Ginger ale. Oh, ginger ale. Good stuff. Good stuff, Renee. Ginger ale. Good for the stomach. Ginger ale. All ginger is. Your turn must be near to level up. I reckon it will be today, to be honest with you, Ali out. I reckon it will be. George Michael, man. Get away, fight the. Burp, burp. Me throat. Watch me whip. Watch me Pepe. Yep. Very down with the kids. Ginger ale is lovely. Originally from Ireland. I did not know that, but it is lovely. You haven't leveled up in about 2 months. Say what? Despite the fact that you never shut up. How does that work? Oh, Amber Alert. Amber Alert has just shot up. If you're watching the Aurora, have a look outside. 31 Barnes, 31, I know. Still a while to go to catch up with Mandy, though, on level 42. We had a special celebration for that. a special celebration. Others are in the 40s. Where are we? The Roaring 40s. Yep. Mandy on 42, Ali on 40. They are out there. Well earned, definitely well earned. Ali, you're on 16,740 message points. That is insane. When you were drinking pop ginger ale with real ginger, was always your favourite. I love a bit of ginger. Just before tonight's stream, I had a ginger shot fruit pot, which was lovely, lovely. When you see the message pints, message points are incredible. It is level 42 the baseline. It was. Mark King made an appearance for level 42. As your stream isn't working. Should be working, should be. Well, it's on there now anyway. Ali, you're a quiet person. Of course you are. Unless you're hanging from the Eiffel Tower with a high-powered rifle in your hands, doing your wet work. While all the way through it, Louise is on the phone, sorting the money out. We missed our Louise's birthday as well, didn't we? Gutted for that, man. Sipping from a bottle of Schweppes ginger ale at the moment. Oh, very nice. I haven't had a ginger ale or a ginger beer in ages. I have got lots of gingery stuff though, including the beard. Go out and come back in. It might need that occasionally. Can't beat homemade. Definitely much better. I haven't tried that. There's lots of people who speak highly about ginger tea. Make an actual ginger tea yourself. I might try that. Get a ginger root, steep it in hot water for ages. Ginger ale is a very popular drink in Canada with a splash of cranberry. Is there a name for that? That sounds like it should be something that's got a proper name to it. Ali's as quiet as Jackie Lewis, the person who could whisper across 3 fields. Quiet my fucking hole. You like ginger nuts? Paul Scholes, is that who you're talking about? Irish women are shockingly quiet. Every Irish woman I've ever met has been really quiet. Honest. When was Louise's birthday? Was it Sunday itself? I think it might have been Sunday. What date was it? I've got it written down somewhere. It was over the weekend at some point. So we missed out. So I had to very, 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 very quickly make a cheekbones Jeff with a birthday cake for her. As best I could. Although Leonardo.ai is struggling to make cheekbones Jeffs at the moment. Don't know why. It's going with the Juice head massive horns Jeff at the moment for some strange reason. I'll have to have a word with them. The ladies want cheekbones Jeff back. Salt it out, you AI slag. You've never tasted ginger nuts? You need to try. You need to try ginger nuts. They're fantastic. You bought a packet of ginger nut biscuits this evening. I need ginger nut biscuits. That's it now. You've convinced me to go with the thermos because I'm worth it. You concur with that conclusion, is right. You like cranberry, you like ginger ale, you have to try this. It's got to be tried. It's got to be peer reviewed. If it works, this is going on the Bears Paws menu. I hope you know this. I hope you know this. It's working on the phone. Bizarro. You had ginger nuts, the biscuits last week. It's good that we realise that we're in this chat, and it has to be emphasised that you actually mean the biscuits rather than, I don't know, some kind of neighbour or something. Because obviously, lots of ginger people in Wales as well, isn't there? Never met a quiet Irish person. Definitely not. Which is a good thing, really, isn't it? They like to share. You can be quiet, says Ali. No, you can't. No. Not happening. Not happening. Jeff's off promoting other channels. Jeff, the bastard. Doesn't he know he works for me? He doesn't work for me at all. He just does what he wants to do, doesn't he? Ginger nuts are lovely in the base of cheesecake. They are. Absolutely. As are Biscoff Lotusy biscuits. Or speculoos. Same kind of taste. Speculoos goo. I haven't had one of them in a while. Oh, man. Yeah, ginger's really good for the stomach, it is. If your stomach's bad, ginger and honey or lemon infusion, ginger biscuits, fresh ginger, anything with ginger in, really, good for you. Calms you down. Yeah, peer reviewed indeed. If it works, we will call it the Renee. You've never had it and you love cheesecake. Sort this out, Lewis. Sort this out. Do it. Gingers do have souls, apparently. Nah, it's just a rumour, that. It's just a rumour. You've got a short up about ginger nut biscuits. There you go. Come and check out the short. You don't make it, just eat it. All right. That's your kitchen skills. I can't make one, but I can polish one off very, very quickly. That's fair enough. I'm the same myself. Mind you, I've only got one arm, so that's a lie. I've got two arms. Just one of them works, the other one doesn't. That one doesn't work. I can't do that with it. South Park beg to differ. They do. They sound delicious. The short mean butter cookie base. Now I think a YouTube short. Do you mean there, Ali out? Gingers definitely don't have souls. We know this because of Chris Evans ruining Top Gear. Absolutely 100% do. Mind you, the people who run Top Gear ruin Top Gear. As did Jeremy Clarkson for punching someone because he couldn't get his food. What kind of dick does that? Don't do that. If you can't get your food, don't smash someone in the face. Especially not someone who does all your running around for you. No es bueno, man. Yeah, but the Chris Evans era of Top Gear was absolutely atrocious. Atrocious. How was Paddy's there? How was it? Were it alright? How are you? How are you in yourself? Oh, man. Cooling down a bit now. Got the window open. You can tell it's starting to get a bit cooler out there. I can feel a bit of a breeze coming through windy. Tried punching a chicken at KFC once. It started a really bad joke. We're having that one. We're having that one. Can I kick it, Jeff? Yes, you can. True story. Jeff can kick it. Despite the fact that he's got cloven hooves. Oh, man. I took my antihistamine this morning, didn't I? Didn't I? I'm now not sure I did. I need one of those old men things now, don't I, where you put your day's medication in them. I'm going to have to order one off Amazon, I think. And the first thing I do when I wake up in the morning, lash it down my throat. Did everyone see the funny anti-US parade in Switzerland? I've not seen that. I've seen lots of Teslas on fire. And then that stupid bastard. Why do people hate me? I don't know. Maybe is it, I don't know, your actions perhaps. Perhaps. Richest man in the world. And then getting subsidies all the time. Making cars that blow up. And then pretending that you invented electric. Doing Roman salutes. Maybe that's, I don't know. I like what Bill Burr called them this week as well. A laminated faced see you next Tuesday. I would have been proud of that one. I think that's fantastic. Chris Evans is adorable. He's like one of the chipmunks. Do you know what his TV stuff that he did? He made a lot of money out of his TV stuff, obviously. But his TV stuff, when you look back at it, was absolutely superb. Revolutionary in many ways. And even his radio show, I didn't listen to it too often, like, but when it was on of a morning, occasionally I'd have to hear it. It wasn't too bad. But no. And I know he's into his cars. He's genuinely into his cars. But no, he wasn't suitable for Top Gear. Mind you, it was pretty much like someone trying to replace Sir Alex Ferguson at Man United. The next one coming in was always going to have the poison chalice, which Moisey did. As the Duke is stuck, is this because of what I did earlier? I watched the video earlier, didn't I? Oops, many apologies for the inconvenience. That's because I watched people getting whipped, I think. Give it a couple of seconds and see what happens. Tesco do gingerbread cheesecake, apparently. Apparently, we shall see. Come on, H, give it a go. Look at that for timing. Have a look at that. Wasn't that perfect? Renee, you've never met a cheesecake that you did not like. They are rather nice, aren't they? An anti-US parade in Switzerland is every single day. That's what they have. That's what the gnomes of Zurich do. Yeah, United, that stadium looks disgusting. It looks as though they are bent over with their Alan Wickers round their ankles, saying to the Middle East, could you please come and buy us because we've got no money. Please, please, please. Give it a kick. Well, Jeff already offered to, but Horace comes along and sorts it. When you need him, he's there. You posted a short link on your recent video, Renee. There you go. There's a link on your video. A revolutionary chipmunk. He was. Still a bit of a tit, though, isn't he? Is it Warrington he's from? Don't trust people from Warrington. They can't make their mind up. Are you Scouse? Are you Manc? Are you from Chester? Make your mind up. Where are you from, lad? Runcorn East. The costumes on this Swiss parade Might be challenging for everyday life. All right. Like the Irish spelling of Patrick, Shona means happy. I did not know that. Louise, Lulu Bellatini, how are you doing? Happy birthday for the other day. Many apologies that we missed it. Simply not cricket. Oh, man. Did you have a nice day? Did you? Horace not being a cowboy is back in the box. He is, because he can't cowboy on anything. Try and put him on there. That's what happens. So now he's back on there. I think he's pashed. I think Horace has pashed. It's never too early for a Fusilier. Yeah, the new stadium reminds you of the Donald Trump, Benjamin Netanyahu video. Yeah, it does, doesn't it? That's exactly what it looks like. That looks like someone from, I don't know, sixth form college. Runshaw sixth form college has made that. Make a stadium for FIFA. Will do. There you go, we'll have that. It was a lovely day. Oh, good to hear it, good to hear. How was the weather? 38,000 feet above Mount Pendle. Did it keep nice for you? Did you get much, or many presents off the Sherpa? Did he buy you much? Did you get a new yak? Was that what happened? A new yak, 50,000 miles on the clock. One careful owner. The other 6 didn't give a shit. What did you do? Come on, Louise, tell us all about your big day. What did you do? What happened? On your big 29th birthday, what happened? Twenty-ninth May hole. I'm trying to be nice. Trying to be nice. Never mind the sisterhood here. Never mind that. Straight in there. 29th May hole. I know she's only a year younger than you, obviously. See, 30. 27th, of course. My birthday coming up soon. Jess's first though. I will have to get her something above what I've already bought her that she wanted. I need to buy her something extra. But she wants a car. I'm not buying her a car. I haven't got the money. I might just throw a few quid together and leave it somewhere. So when she does buy a car, there's a little bit extra towards it. Might have to do that. We shall see. We shall see. You can just remember being 29. I'm the same myself at the moment. Just about. What's Nolig? Is that the same as Nadolig over in Wales? Nadolig Llywyn, isn't it? Happy Christmas. Merry Christmas. There you go. Oh, yeah. Christmas is Nadolig. I was thinking that same thing. Nadolig Llywyn, isn't it? Happy Christmas. What's the other bit? I can't remember. Renee, you've got no memory of being 29. That means it was a very good year, obviously. Very close, very, very close. Up, leisurely breakfast, nice walk in the sunshine, and a quick message to your brother telling him to mind his own beeswax. He was nosing into what you were doing. Oh, fair enough. Is that a sort of a backhanded way of saying, right, I've told him to piss off, now you piss off? That's all we wanted to know. Did you do something nice? A nice wander in the sunshine on the top of Mount Pendle. Lovely, lovely. What more can you ask for? I did have to read that twice before reading it out loud, though. A quick massage, I thought. What were you on about, a quick massage? Quick message. Yeah, 20 to 1 doesn't come around every year. Make the most of it. Who's got the key to the door? What is happy or merry is llawen. That's it, merry, isn't it? Llawen. Nadolig llawen. Hapus. Hapus. Hapas. Fucking I haven't got a clue. Because I'm happus. Jack is the charmer, he is. Currently twiddling his moustache as we speak. At 29, you were getting ready to take your A-levels to get into uni. Lovely stuff. Lovely. Christmas is Noleg in Scots Gaelic as well. I like the Gaelic languages, or the Gaelic languages, depending on how you pronounce it. They're a pain in the arse, though, for people who can't speak it. What did you major in, Jackie? Giving hand jobs to lecturers, wasn't it? Sure, that was written somewhere on the back of a toilet wall in your handwriting. What did you do? What did you do, Jackie? What was it? Law and government. Neither of which you have over in Northern Ireland, obviously. That sounds like a really heavy thing to do. Fair play to you, I couldn't do that. One or the other, I still couldn't do. Both of them, nah. You like that language you can't pronounce either. It's amazing. And yet I can pronounce other languages dead easy. Dead easy. Just that one I can't. Welsh, Irish. I say that one, it's more than one, isn't it? Scots Gaelic is more or less a dialect of Irish Gaelic. They do sound very similar. Welsh sounds slightly different to the other two, even though they are Celtic languages, as does Cornish. And to make things even more confusing, there is a musical artist called Gweno, who is part Welsh, part Cornish, and sings in part Welsh, part Cornish. You don't know what she's singing about, which I quite like, because that'll make my own words up then when she's singing. There's a song called Case, Du hast Case, which is Do You Have Cheese? And it's a really, really good tune, but when you read it in English, it's like shit. So it's better off staying in its native language because it sounds great. Do you have cheese? Is there cheese or is there no cheese? If there's cheese, I'll have some cheese. Sounds shit, but it's a brilliant tune. Sounds brilliant in Welsh and Cornish. There you go. See Conor McGregor in the White House, yes. The man found guilty of an assault against ladies in the house of a man found guilty of an assault against ladies. Who votes for these wankers? We should study that more when you were young. Harder to learn at your... It's hard to learn at any age, but it's easier to learn when you're young. Definitely. Because you're in the swing of things. When you're young, you have to go to school anyway, so that's what your life really is. You spend 3 or 4 years dicking about, trying to become a human, then you learn. afterwards, when you reach that point where you think, I should have learned more, you're not in the same kind of rhythm of learning at that point. Also, if you do know anyone who's young, any kids coming through, get them to try and learn languages now while they still can, while they're a sponge. Economics was really hard for you, I can imagine. Oh, Piggly Ding, next. Who's next? Throw your hands in the air if you want to go behind the bar. Economics was really hard for you. It is for me as well. Apart from, I haven't got enough money. Anytime, doesn't matter when it is. There's never enough money. Lulu Bellatini, there you go. Get yourself behind that bar there, girl. So we just learn differently as we get older. That's a good, yeah, we do actually. We're just not in the same kind of routine and rhythm. So it takes a while to learn, and we have to learn different techniques of doing it. That's why I believe that, yeah. Yes, they are. Nadelig Llawen in Breton. Nadelig Llawen in... There you go. It's the same. I'm struggling with English. Oh, what are you on about, lad? What are you on about? Yeah, going out. Tir Amor, what a tune. Fantastic, fantastic. They are all very similar. There's like a Gaelic corridor. There is. And if you listen to Johnny Kingdom, which I know sounds like a place where you go and buy novelty condoms, but it isn't. Used to do BBC nature documentaries. He is from the West Country, Cornish, I think. And when he talks, he sounds Irish. Part of him sounds Irish. It is bizarre because northern France, Cornwall, Wales, Ireland, Scotland are all part of the same tribes. In fact, most of the northwest of England is also part of that. We are technically Celtic, but although we're not allowed to be because we're lumped in with the English. Although I prefer to think of Liverpool as the Celtic Gibraltar, I like to think it was. I have a terrible memory, always losing it as fast as it comes in. Yeah, there's ways around that, I think. Cornwall's got a Celtic language as well, it has. Cornish, which is being kept alive. Cornish, Welsh. You've got a Scottish Gaelic, which, in fact, there's more than one Scottish Gaelic language, which people are trying to bring back so it's not lost. And then we've got the Irish languages as well. And thankfully, people north and south of the border are keeping that language alive, as they should do. Once these languages go, you can't bring them back, really. You've got to get them into the family so that people actually learn them. And if you want to learn English as well, that'll help you if you want to get a job somewhere else. But definitely learn your own native language. You're the same as well. That's nothing to do with that, Jackie. Yours is just because of being banged against headboards constantly. That's what that is. It's not bad memories to get older. It's just your storage is full. There you go. I like that positive attitude towards that one. Head like a sieve, so you're the same. No. You'll have a huache for a change. That's not going to work. We can have a huache though. Here we go. A nice fruity huache, which is looking fantastic. Very nice. Very nice. It's like it when things in language make sense, isn't it? Oh. English can't rhythm. We can. Depends on who's doing it. Dialects of Irish sounds very different. The main dialects in Donegal, Mayo, Galway and Kerry all sound like, almost like different languages. It's bizarre. I don't think there's anywhere else on the planet that is even close to the UK and Ireland when it comes to this. I'm 20 miles away from Liverpool, 30 odd away from Manchester, 20 away from Preston. within this little area that I live, you've got Scouse, you've got Lancashire, you've got Manc, you've got proper old school Lancashire, like proper farmer talk. And it is literally just 5 minutes down the road. The accent changes completely. The dialect changes. It is bizarre. So when people go on about the British accent, which British accent? Receive pronunciation. Everyone sounds like Hugh Grant. No, we don't. Go to Cornwall. You can't understand the fucking word they say. Go to Glasgow. They don't sound like he does. Go to Birmingham. Doesn't sound anything like he does. British accent, my arse. A bucket of tea. You want a bucket of tea? Would you be after liking a bucket of tea? There you go. There's your bucket of tea. You need a way to clear your brain cache. You do. There's got to be something you can press something on your body. I reckon like behind the back of your ear or something. There's somewhere that you press, and then all of a sudden it just resets. Screen went black for a second. That's what we need. Newfoundland was the only place where you could not understand the English. Told they speak like the Irish. I've seen a few things from a few videos or a few documentaries around Newfoundland. There's a Scottish vibe there as well. So it's got a very Celtic way about it. It's very, very strange, but really nice. Very purdy. Yeah. The accents in parts of Newfoundland is like a very old Irish accent. There you go. It's just because they probably are. There's a lot of people moved from Ireland to Scotland, and a lot of people moved from Scotland to Canada. So just these Celtic people will get anywhere in the world, and that accent will continue with them as well. Not everyone sounds the same. Even British Sign Language has regional words. Does it have a sign for bute or blurt or meth? Trying to explain to someone what a meth or a bute or a blurt is, or a bad Texan. He's a fucking bad Texan, him lad. We know what it is, but trying to explain it to people is just too much. British Sign Language, yeah. Sign language is not sign language all over the world. There are different ways of doing sign language. But there is a British standard British Sign Language. Looks fantastic. That Korean stuff you can't pronounce. I find this weird about languages. Again, I can go most places in the world, and if they've got not a Greek alphabet, you know what I mean? Like the alphabet that we use at the moment, not a Greek or Cyrillic alphabet, or not a Chinese, Japanese, Korean alphabet. I can sort of understand it, whether it's in a Hispanic country, a Germanic country. You can sort of understand what things are. As soon as you start putting weird random characters in there, how the fucking hell are you supposed to read Chinese, Japanese or Korean? I don't know. I mean, obviously, when it comes out, if you wrote it down phonetically, it would make sense. But the symbols just, no. Can't get my head around it. Surprised sign language isn't global. It would make life much easier. But how would we talk about people behind the back? Because you need to be able to talk about people behind the back. I suppose you could literally talk behind your back so no one can see your hands, but that's no good. Newfoundlanders sound very Irish, Scot or Cornish to you. It's got to be to do with that historical Celtic language, definitely. Irish people went to Argentina, like Che Guevara's 4 or 5 times great-grandfather, called Patrick Lynch. Doesn't sound remotely Irish. From Athenry. He was defended from the prison that the term lynching, hanging was named. Oh, right. So that's what that came from. He was lynched. He was Patrick Lynched. What? And of course, in southern Argentina, in Patagonia, they speak Welsh. And there's loads of people in Argentina called Brown and Scott and O'Malley and O'Shaughnessy and things like that. And McAllister, obviously, who plays for pissing Liverpool. The Wales too territorial. It is. Our version's better than your version. Ours is better than yours. You could stand behind them. So behind the back, you'd be talking behind the back. You could be. You know, when he turn around and catch you doing that. What are you doing? Oh, sorry, I'm just singing. You could. I like the thinking. I like the thinking behind this. You're actually thinking about how you could talk behind people's back. Literally just talk behind the back. They can't hear you, after all. Quite a few people in our work learned how to do that. Not talk behind people's back, but yeah, actually they did. I know how to do sign language, because I think it was the union were doing courses. So quite a few people learned. So, right, have you got a deaf member of the family? No. Why'd you learn then? Well, you never know, it might come in handy. Brilliant, what a great idea that is. What a great idea. I know the director, David Lynch, passed away recently. He did. Unfortunatamente, as they say in Japan. Remember we were all going to learn Esperanto? We were, weren't we? Charmita. That's the only Esperanto I know. Charmita. And that's from Red Dwarf anyway, because it's the only Esperanto that Rimmer knows when he goes to the Nova 5. Just chatting to myself now, aren't I? Can you hear me looking at you? For those who don't know what Esperanto is, by the way, it was a European language made up of bits of Spanish, bits of Italian, bits of this, that and the other, all mashed together to make it sound like a language that all of Europe could learn. That was the idea. We will all speak one common language. It'll be Esperanto. Never worked. Trying to avoid the whole Tower of Babel situation. So instead, what happened? The whole of Europe learned how to speak English better than we do, obviously. Much easier. Sign language is good for chatting across a crowded room. Well, yes, we know. All that stuff is perfect. Which is why you've got brew, phone, brew. Turned into Peter Kay there. It was supposed to be an international language, it was. Esperanto was still a thing in the 80s. It was a very 70s thing, but living through to the 80s. By about, I would have thought by 1990, it would have been completely dead in the water. Because everyone just went, no, there's no point. We can all speak English. The whole of Europe speaks English. There's no point. Plus, we'd happily learn Esperanto, but the fucking English won't. So, we may as well learn their language and let them be lazy bastards instead. Know what I mean? You bloody English can't speak any languages. Dat is heel erg, ja. Ja, dat is niet waar. Tune. John Bon Jovi. No, I'm not having it. You still do the Les Dawson factory worker thing. Yeah, mouthing the words were actually, yeah, without saying them. Which is, again, I think loads of old women used to do that as well, didn't they? Sissy and Ada. That was it, wasn't it? Whenever you talk about someone being a lesbian. What? No, you can't say that word, no. Yeah. Factory workers. If you don't know that, by the way, it was so loud in factories back in the day, that to talk to someone, it was pointless even trying to speak. You had to learn how to enunciate without actually saying anything, without speaking. No words came out. So you could lip read or say things that, I don't know, say it in a way that people could understand. You have a full conversation while an entire machine was going mad in between you. That's what Les Dawson was doing as Sissy and Ada. Jackie Alertia fallen asleep already. Doing the cover as tidying you out. Good night. Oh, no worries. Sweet dreams, Jackie Lewis. Night night. Morning, Jackie. Yeah, the phone sign doesn't work anymore. It doesn't. You have to look at your palm. If you do that, only people who are old like us know what that means. Otherwise, people just think, "What? Does he want a Budweiser?" Budweiser. Now it's that, isn't it? I'll phone you. I'll phone you. Make it a no saying, sir. He's a night and day owl. Owl day and owl of the night. A lull before bed. Because if it wasn't a lull before bed, be careful, Tiger. You'll be awake for another 6 or 7 hours. What time is it? Nah, not for me, soldier, not for me. Another 4.5 hours, I think, for me. Unless, because when MASH finishes, Lovejoy is on as well. So sometimes I throw that on while I'm sorting my last little bits and pieces out. But nah, I am tired today. I think it's going to be do, which is exactly how the MASH theme goes. And then my head's going to hit the pillar, and I'll be out like a lice. Out like a lice. Factory workers also where they're saying letting your hair down comes from. Is that because you couldn't have your hair down, otherwise you would end up being dragged into a machine? So when you were leaving, you'd physically let your hair down without worrying about being scalped or lashed through a spinning jenny or whatever it was. I did not know that. I love stuff like this, Louise. Keep them coming. Keep stuff like that coming. Budweiser, remember that? Well, there. Everyone was doing that for about 5 minutes. You'd be gone by 11. I thought was it November? You'd be gone by. I don't know. I am a MASH watcher. When I got out of the hospital, Renee, when I was in the hospital, I was watching Red Dwarf on a Sunday night. 3 episodes that started from midnight till about 2 o'clock in the morning. And that was enough just to set me off to sleep. And then I was sound. I had set up for the rest of the week. When I got home from the hospital, I carried on doing that. But Monday to Friday, midnight till 2 o'clock, there's 4 episodes of MASH. And then you get to the end of it, and it goes back to the start. And you just keep on going round in circles. And I watch it because that's my thing. I fall asleep to that. It relaxes me. And I love MASH. I think it's one of the best shows ever. Which shows that Americans can do the pathos kind of thing really well. It doesn't have to be 7 seconds, 7 seconds, 7 seconds, laugh, 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 laugh. You can actually do really in-depth characters and lots of pathos. They need to do more of it. And we need to stop watching too many of those generic US comedies and thinking that's the way forward, because it's not. Early Doors is much better than a lot of up-and-coming UK comedies, because that follows the old traditional thing of build characters that you recognise, build characters that you'd like to get to know, build characters that you care about, and have things happen to them as well. Not just good things, not just funny things, have sad things happen to them, because it's life. Going to Blanket Street, would that be up the wooden hill to Bedfordshire? When we used to pin the hair up, then wrap it in a scarf. Right, like Rosie the Riveter, that kind of thing, wrapped up in a scarf as well. When they finished work, it was set and ready for them going out. Scouse girls still do that to this day. You'll see them going out on a Saturday morning and early afternoon with the hair in curlers covered up, but when they go home, they're all loose and it looks fabulous, apparently. Apart from the fact that they've all got that much Botox in their faces that they look like, they all look like fucking emojis, don't they? Soft bastards. Lad, your beard looks like an emoji. Which one? All of them at once. It was a wholesome programme, it was. And it was lovely, even more so with MASH, the fact that it was set in the Korean War in the early 50s, shown during the Vietnam War. So it was used to satire about the current war by showing the previous war. And it's so good. There's loads of stuff about gay people in the army and the way they were treated. Lots of stuff about race. They always tried to take the right side. And even though Hawkeye started off as a bit of a ladies' man, he ended up being rebuffed all the time. So it tried to do its best to stay away from as much of the sexist stuff as possible. It failed occasionally, but that's looking back at it 40, 50 years later, whatever it is. But absolutely brilliant show. They tried to stick up for people as much as possible, I think. That's a good thing. At a time when it wasn't popular. Well done, MASH. Yeah, factory workers had long hair. They did. Women back then always had long hair. That's how you could tell a woman and a man apart. Because a man had a short back and sides and was brill creamed, and the woman had long hair. Which is why in Liverpool occasionally, the long-haired one means your wife or your tart. Which, by the way, doesn't mean tart as in she is a tart. No, it means jam tart, sweetheart. Scouse women shopping in L1, Liverpool 1 on Saturday morning is exactly what that's like. Or on County Road. Pyjama bottoms, a coat, hair in rollers. Get out me fucking way, you're going to ruin me fucking hair, lad. Have you ever seen the Corner Gas comedy show? I have not. Mainly shoulder length. Not the way it is now, obviously, yeah. Your hair is past your shoulders. You work in a factory, but you have it tied up when working. You have to wear work hats anyway. If you're anywhere near machinery, you cannot have long hair like that without having it pinned, tied, scarved, the lot. They wouldn't allow it. They would not allow it. Yeah, you got to wear hairnets if you work in the food preparation industry. And not just hairnets. If you are a chap with a beard or a moustache, you also have to wear facey hairnets. When you were young, you had hair to your ankles, but you used to braid and coil on the top of your head. That is proper long, bloody hell, man. Louise, sexy, isn't it? Oh, aye. Your first job, it was hairnet and a white trilby. Keep talking, Louise, keep talking. I'm almost there. That reminds me of my uncle used to work in a place called Taverners in Liverpool, where they made sweets. He was the same thing. Used to see him come home on the bus, and he'd have all his gear with him and walk in the house, hat to come off, hung up, hairnet to come off to be replaced by the next one, following day. What are you wearing that for? He did have curly hair, so he had to, I suppose. Ear defenders are needed too. I can imagine the noise is amazing. Long hair is a total pain. Sure, I wouldn't know. Sexy depends on what day it was, of course. Do you have dress down Friday or something where you just walk in with your hair out? Like fully timotade hair, wind machines and all kinds, blowing in the breeze, your spun gold behind you. Oh no, probably not. What's a trilby? It's you'd recognise a trilby, Esther. It's what a lot of the ska bands used to wear. I have got one. One sec. Got one here somewhere. It's on the side of your head. This is trilby. You like his trilby? One of them, trilby. No jewellery? Yes, of course not, because shite can accumulate in your jewellery, and we don't want that going anywhere. The leatherish hat is also like that as well. Yeah, it is. But this is the first one I came to. I haven't bought a new hat in ages. I'm Turkian, lad. I'm Turkian. Know what I mean? Yeah, no rings. Can't have rings. Relative worked in Cadbury. She used to get a lot of free chocolate. Do they now hate chocolate, or do they get to the point where they would not take any at all? I had friends who worked in the Chewits factory in Southport. They used to bring loads in for us because of obviously the spoiled stuff, or you know, the stuff that they can't get rid of. Used to bring just loads in for the people in the pub. So but you eat them all day long. Couldn't eat another one if I tried, because you start off that way. Oh, go on, have a bit of that. Ugh, everywhere, hiking it. It was chair stream. Kipper's red. Hang on, where we are. Hang on. Is this working? Go on. Kipper's red and white, as in Ajax Irish beer. Drink responsibly. My rim needs re-steaming. It's because it's had a load of stuff over it. I have got a steamer. It's had a load of stuff over it. That's that side, isn't it? Let me finger my rim. Couldn't wear rings anyway. It's hard to find anything that'll fit your fingers. Fair enough. Oh. Timing. Best friend worked in a Hershey factory, but chocolate is too shitty to eat, even if it's free. Eek. Yeah, not a fan of that. It is a bit personal, that. Don't be steaming me ring. Me rim. Different thing altogether, that, isn't it? Flowers for your birthday. Oh, very nice. Yeah, it tastes like matured vomit. This is because it's to do with taste. There was a really good episode of Inside the Factory where they went on about the different types of chocolate. Different chocolate around the world tastes completely different. And the American one, we'd say it tastes a bit like vomit, or a bit like, you know, it's something about it we don't like because it's not to our palate. The same way, I think Japanese was another one, and Norwegian. Norwegian chocolate was a bit more salty. Just, it's bizarre, but it's what people are used to. So if they go anywhere else and try and eat it, oh no. It tastes like matured vomit. I like that. It does. Take your word for it. Come on, we've all had matured vomit, haven't we? How great South Park, especially in the era of PC Principle. I've not watched any South Park in ages, man. I guess you're a chocolate snob, as you like yummy chocolate. And of course, because our chocolate in the UK is so fantastic, the Americans bought Cadbury, Kraft bought Cadbury, and have started ruining our chocolate. Stealth, that's what it is. They brought it in by stealth. Watch this space, man. Scarhead, easier, yep. Can't say much about chocolate because you're eating the Marks and Spencer's chocolate. Oh, very nice, because you're worth it, absolutely. You've had Australian chocolate, tastes like chocolatey water, not great. Again, this is just, everywhere you go in the world, they have their own flavours, their own different ways of eating things. And if you're not used to it, it is, it's not good. Just having a hot chocolate, oh, very nice. We have got a hot chocolate, haven't we? Hang on. Oh, we did have. I think it might have moved somewhere. Other. Oh no, we have a hot chocolate. There you go. A bucket of hot chocolate. Do you believe in miracles, Dave? Do you believe in miracles? Oof. American chocolate has that taste added because when they first made it, milk didn't travel. Ah, right. Is that the reason? Gonna make one for yourself. Oh, go on. American chocolate's filled with wax and fillers. That's the only problem with food wherever you go in the world. You are, I don't know, comparing it to your own stuff at home, but also there's no guarantee that your standards are catered to by other countries. And certainly the US standards on food are nowhere near as good as a European Union or even the UK, which is why we don't have chlorinated chicken, because we don't allow the chickens to get in such a bad state in the first place that they need to be washed in the stuff. And again, there's loads of videos out there of people from the States coming over to Europe, UK, saying how bad the food's going to be, and I'm thinking, actually it's fantastic. The food doesn't last as long because it's not full of preservatives, but they don't feel ill after eating it, and it's much healthier. Piggly Ding next, hands up if you want to work behind the bar. So I quite like the fact that people stand up for us when they come over here. Actually, the food's better than you would think, and also it tastes healthier because it's fresh. At some point in the future, you would hope that the entire world would have some kind of at least baseline standard where wherever you went, you know you could guarantee it was going to be all right, but I doubt it. Louise, thank you. Ali, get back behind that bar, girl. It is a miracle. You do now believe in miracles. You have to. When Errol Brown appears, it's a miracle, because I always thought he's about 6'3" or something. And he's a wee tutty wee bastard. He were no longer with us. You can't cook chocolate upside down. Basic physics, there you go. That's the reason why it doesn't work. Because it melts and falls out the pan when you're upside down. That end of the world. It make a sense. It's all about your basic physics. Peaky Blinders, the full-on scar now, haven't I? The Man Who Would Be King. What a film that is. What a film. If you haven't tried it, watch it. Just close the windy. Oh, fuck. It's doing my head in this. The chair sound, it's my arm that isn't. Oh, man. Friend from Wisconsin came over there a few years ago. She was shocked by the taste of even the simplest food, like soda bread. Got addicted to, yeah, now got to send stuff over. It is amazing. You do get used to things, and when you go somewhere else, if you taste something that's completely different and you like it, so I want to keep on eating that, but you can't get it, so you need to have someone who sends you stuff. Like when we moved back to the UK from the Netherlands, Dutch gravy, jus, smelt jus. You used to get a block which is like looked like a block of lard or a block of butter, and you just chop a bit off and throw it in water, and it made this Dutch gravy which we all absolutely loved. You couldn't get it in the UK at that point. So whenever anyone went over to Amsterdam for the weekend, my dad would be asking them to bring back a block of brown stuff, smelt jus. The amount of times people get stopped at the airport, what's this, lad? It's gravy. Oh, it doesn't look like gravy to me. You pour it in water, walk this way, bend over, touch your toes and tell me that you love me. Mui, our mate, said, I am not getting you that ever again, sod off. We can get it now online, can't you? Maggie, smelt jus, there you go. Errol Brown, top man. Most US tourists lose weight eating real food without losing any of the amount that they eat as well. The penny's got to drop at some time, haven't he? When you go into a restaurant where you live, if the food just doesn't taste like proper food, do you not start thinking to yourself, maybe I'll start growing my own, or go to a farmer, go and get stuff direct? When you make hot chocolate, instructions go out the window. 4 teaspoons, that's a misprint, must mean table. It is tablespoons. 4 heaped shovels 4 heaped shovels of chocolate with chocolate thrown in and then chocolate scraped over the top and then with a chocolate straw. Didn't think that the Canadian food would be too bad. I think Canadian would be alright, wouldn't it? They're quite well aligned, I think, the Canadians, when it comes to that kind of thing. They eat more over here, yeah. There's way less sugar in food over here, there is. Less preservatives, less all kinds of stuff that they don't need. So you tend to get quite a few people come over and say, I was surprised by how good the food is, how good, not only the kind of food that you can get and the standard of it, but how actually good the food is, how fresh it is, and the variety and how it tastes. Like tomatoes tasting like tomatoes, things like that. They actually taste of something. Canada's about halfway between US junk and European goodness. Oh man, you're almost there. Joining the EU next week, aren't you? They've decided. You can take our place instead, because we're fecking Egypt. More like 4 heaped wheelbarrows. What you do, to be honest with you, no, it's absolutely right. You buy a new jar of hot chocolate, you get 4 tablespoons out of it, and you pour the water into the jar, into the rest of it. There you go. So it is completely 100% right. Your food is closer to European. There's got to be, that's the one good thing. There's loads of good things about Europe. One of the best things about Europe is a standard. There was a standard when we were in there as well, but there's a standard across Europe where everything has to be of a certain level. You can't drop below that. We have standards that you have to agree to. So the food should always be of a certain level. The water needed to be of a certain level. So you can actually drink stuff. You can eat salads that are washed in water these days. You couldn't back in the day. You know what I mean? Went out with a girl from Japan. The grub she used to cook was mad lovely. Same with the Indian girl you used to go out with. I can imagine. I've got an Indian friend who lives down the road from us, who is the best cook I've ever met in my life. And her husband moved here from Birmingham, and her mum and dad were born in India, so she's like first generation. Her mum taught her how to cook vegetarian stuff. I've never tasted anything like it in my life. Not seen her in years though. Might send her an email. Can you send me a food parcel round, please, 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 please. Quality's amazing, man. Yes, Renee, beans on toast, yes or no? Are they a yay or a nay in your household? Japanese and Indian, really good food choices. Fantastic stuff. Got a lot of US junk food crossing over the border. Is that being swapped with a certain substance beginning with F and ending with nil? That's not like 4 for athletic nil, by the way. Steve does that with his coffee. Does, yeah. Catering jar of Douwe Egberts, couple of spoonfuls out, add water to the jar. Shake, drink throughout the day whilst fingering scaffolding. Yep, he does. I like it strong as well. I like it strong. I like my coffee to be strong. Oh my God, that coffee's so strong. Grab the coffee, we'll talk. Lovely, lovely ladies, lovely ladies. Yes, but it's not common. It should be. I don't eat it too often myself either, beans on toast, but it's one of those meals that when you don't have it for years and when you have it you think I should have this more often. It's especially a cold coming from the footy kind of thing, isn't it? I don't fancy making anything special. I'll make beans on toast. Yes. You like me hear me saying Douwe Egberts. Ja. Dat is een schitterende kopje koffie, zeg. Het is een Douwe Egberts. Heel erg lekker, lekker, isn't it? I can't remember. You have to say you're not a fan of white chocolate. Alison, you're racist. You're chocolate racist. How can you do that? Hot chocolate made with grated dark chocolate and white chocolate mixed together. That sounds pervy. There you go. Do you deliver? Can you deliver 38,000 feet up Mount Pendle? That's taking Just Eat or Deliveroo to a next level, that, isn't it? Beans on with cheese and HP sauce. There you go. Proper full on. Or bit of Worcester sauce. Only on a Sunday. There you go. Only on a Sunday. It's Sunday on Sunday, so you can get some. Have we arranged the car park rendezvous yet? That sounds slightly different to meeting up for a meet-up before the match, Mandy. Oh, Renee.
It's going up, 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 it's there.
It's there. There's a short for you. Making a hot chocolate. Very nice. US food's not crossing over as much in the last 6 weeks. Yes, the Canadian folks, after being told that they're going to become the 51st state, have sort of said no, bye-bye. We're not buying anything. Not having it. Not having it at all. A short, not a shirt. Feckin' phone. Do you eat peas pudding? Nope. Don't eat it hot. Don't eat it cold. Don't eat it in a dish 5 days old. It is massive in the northeast. Newcastle, peas pudding is a huge, huge thing. I don't think it's massive around the UK. I think people do eat it, but Newcastle especially, that is a huge staple for them. Seen some people eating jam and cheddar cheese sandwiches, not keen on trying that. Now, what is jam made out of? Fruit. What is tomato? Fruit. Cheese and tomato. What goes well with cheese? Grapes. Cranberries. Fruit goes very, very well with cheese. I would not dismiss that out of hand. There's reasons for that. Jam and cheese. It's worth trying, and if it's shite, throw it in the bin. But I would definitely not dismiss that out of hand, because fruit goes very, very well with cheese. So, raspberry jam, bit of cheddar. Next time you're making a cheese butty, put a little bit on and see what you think. I would give that a bash. I mean, I'd give it a try. I don't mean I'd give it a bash, but there you go. Give it a go. It's not too bad. There you go. There speaks 29 years of experience in Louise there. Give it a go. And it must be full of goodness for you and vitality, because how else will you be able to walk up 38,000 feet to get home from the shops? She knows what she's talking about, does our Louise. Cheese and habanero chili jam. Yes, 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 yes. Sign me up. I like a bit of chili jam. Oh, man. It's blasphemy, blasphemy. They've all got it, blasphemy. Worcester sauce. Cheeky, give it. Worcester sauce with cheese on toast is fantastic. Or, when I used to make my cheese on toast, it was black. Just with black pepper. That much on it. I love black pepper. Whoa, black pepper. Bam around. Very nice. Give it a try. It's worth it, definitely worth it go. Worcester sauce on cheese on toast, and then put it back under the grill. There's a bueno, which I think's Esperanto, isn't it? I don't know. Cheesecake, Mandy. Yes, I can hear that in my head. Cheese and cake, dirty bastards. Cheese on apple tart. It's worth a try. I wouldn't do that myself, like, but these things, they pair well together. Fruits and cheeses. Fruits work well together with lots of things. Work well with wines. They work well with meats, obviously. Duck à l'orange, things like that. They work well together. Worth trying. Cheese and fruitcake. There you go. Give that a bash. Who's saying, what about Worcester sauce? You live about 10 minutes from the factory. Worcester sauce or Worcestershire sauce Worcester sauce is lovely on cheese on toast. If you're making it, just drizzle a bit over the top. Lovely, man. It's a condiment, Worcester sauce. Remember that, it's a condiment. It provides a little bit of salt, because it's got a bit of a salty tang to it as well, so don't go too mad over it, but very, very nice. When put back under the grill, so it's also got a little bit of a burnedy, I don't know, there's a name for it, isn't it? I can't think. There's a name for that kind of stuff. There's an effect, it'll come to me in a minute. The same way if you put steak on a grill, the dark bits are called something. You know, can't remember. My brain's gone, hasn't it? Treacle cake is good with butter. My nickname is Treacle, be careful now. Peas pudding is a big East Coast thing in Canada. It is, it's a huge, huge Northeast England. Peas pudding, you know, I heard the rhyme. Peas pudding hot, peas pudding cold, peas pudding in a dish 5 days old, is it? Wine works great with anything. That's the good thing as well about if you have enough wine, you'll eat anything, so it doesn't really matter. Better than car park, we're going camping, we are. We're going camping, little dink dank do. Very northeasterners, yeah, definitely. Newcastle, the Novocastrians like it. Cheese and bacon on toast, there you go. Is that now, are we talking bacon with Canadian bacon with maple syrup? Bacon, maple syrup, meat and a fruity-ish sweetie thing on top, see? You have a bottle of Lancashire sauce in cupboard, it's interesting. I've never tried that. I've read about it. I've heard talk about it. I've heard tales of it. I sat down at my granddad's feet when I was young and he told me all these stories about Lancashire sauce. I didn't think it was a thing. Camping, lass, camping. Cheese on apple pie, yum yum. Pig's bum. I've heard of lettuce pie. A Dutch fella told you about it. Not sure about it. I have heard that mentioned before, and I don't know why. I don't know where I've heard it, but I've heard that. Yeah, how weird is it? I have heard that. In a tent. We're in one tent, yeah. I tried to go in two, but it was too intense. Never heard that rhyme. I did live in Middlesbrough for 5 years, so maybe it was just a northeast thing. I don't know. Yeah, my feet sticking out the zip, as they would be, with me being a smidge under 6'2". Lancashire sauce. If you tell the Worcester sauce factory, please, they won't be happy. Lancashire has all kinds of mad shit. Mainly copies of other people's stuff, to be honest with you, but it's nice. Is it red wine? Why is it always wine? Never heard of lettuce pie. Isn't that when someone in Birmingham wants to settle the bill? Lettuce pie? That was fucking awful. I'm getting very poor for that one.
Very poor indeed.
Very poor indeed. Not lettuce, you fucking bellend. We think you want to say, no, I know what I want to say, I'm not an idiot. No, it's too busy over lattice. Weird choice. A quiche, it is a quiche kind of thing, and it's used to, or made to use up stuff. A lot of things that you'll see made in Germany, Netherlands, Belgium, France, UK, came from World War II, where you didn't have much to do. So you didn't have much to eat. So whatever you had to be used. Otherwise it's a complete waste. Which is why you have things like scouse. A good way of using cheap cuts of meat and making a small amount of it get dealt out to your entire family. It's the same with that kind of thing. Dark grade A maple syrup goes on everything. There was some of that stolen, wasn't there, in a big heist. It was quite famous. Yeah, maybe an old type of dish. Grew up in World War II. That's it. To make sure that you don't waste anything. You can't waste anything. So you have to use stuff up. So of course you find ways of doing it. Bread and butter pudding for bread that's going a little bit stale. Get it whacked in. Use every last little thing. Goes on poutine as well, does it? Shake me lettuce. Or you up and come back then. You have 3 or 4 kookboeks, Dutch kookboeks. One very old, still never heard of it. Je hebt boeken in de keuken. Godverdomme zeg. Sheikh Miletus is a Middle Eastern prince. You're taking the piss, literally. Yes, eat anything during the war, shortage of food. We knew people that were kids during the invasion by the Germans, by the MOF, in Enschede, which is on the border, and they had to eat tulip bulbs and things like that to stay alive. Paper, people were eating paper to fill their stomachs, and it's fucking mad. So they would eat anything, and of course, if you do have something, Ali, oh.
It's going up, 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 it's there.
Told ya. Let us tell you the story. I was very, very close to going into full on, what's his name? Max Bygraves at that point. I want to tell you a story. Yeah, grandparents nearly starved to death during World War II. The Germans, the Hugo Boss wearing fellas, although they looked fantastic, they were quite naughty. Didn't really care about people. So yes, lots of people. The only way they could survive was by eating whatever they could find, which makes a very, very hearty kind of people. You don't survive stuff like that unless there's something about you as a nation. Hup, Nederland, hup. Throwing muses, bit of Bow Diddley Bridge. What a tune, man, what a tune. I love me some throwing muses. Millie Bollocks to you as well, Ali. Mille Boches is that? Mille Boches. Sure, I wouldn't know him from Donegal. Yeah, many people went on foot or biked the country because at least there was veg out there. Yeah, like I say, there's people eating tulip bulbs and things like that because they needed to have something. It doesn't matter what it was. So if you go and find something that was growing, you go and find it and eat it. Which of course made people very, very able to live off the land. Because they would literally eat anything to stay alive. They'd find things that you wouldn't even look at twice. Which is why you end up with stuff like lettuce pie. Do not waste a single thing. Imagine being the child of someone who's a child during the war. I want to throw this away. Not a chance. Not a chance you're throwing that amount of food away. How could you argue with that? But I don't like sprouts. Get it eaten. Otherwise your dad will come home from the pub wearing jackboots and let you see exactly what we went through, you little shit. Weerkus. Mille weerkus. It should be a weerkus. Makes sense that now. Ge, as in loch. Horrible. Horrible war, man. Because it's not the people who make the decisions who are the ones who suffer, is it? It's never them. They're always miles away. Miles and miles away. Safe. Healthy. In an underground bunker. Eating foie gras. It's never them that suffer. It's always us. I say that. There's no way in there. I wouldn't be conscripted now, would I, with only half of me working. I couldn't even fly a drone, never mind anything else. There you go. It's a good thing you noted. Mandy's on the case. 16,800, which is almost half of how far it would take you to get up Mount Pendle. Almost. You love lettuce pie. For some reason I'm reading that in a Father Jack voice. I love lettuce pie. Your father and his parents survived only because of Canadian soldiers. Good on him. Good on him. When I was in World War II, we found a wheel of cheese someone had thrown out and used it for cheese sandwiches. Did he have jam on them? Just looked up lettuce pie. It's like feta and spinach pie, but with lettuce. There you go. Similar kind of thing. Don't waste anything. I don't suppose there's a huge amount of nutritional goodness in lettuce, but it's better than nothing, definitely. Use it up. Was it rolled down a hill? Could well be. Imagine finding that, and then all of a sudden you look up and there's about 40 or 50 southern lunatics falling down on top of you. Whereabouts is that done? Is it the West Country? Is it Cornwall? I haven't had cheese in a while. I think I might be slightly lactose intolerant. Not good. It doesn't sound too bad when you put it that way, does it? It's just feta and spinach, but if you get rid of spinach and put lettuce in there, there won't be as much iron, obviously, but it'll fill you up. It'll fill all. What more can you ask for? I've only had fruit. What did I have? I had a little bit of brekkie earlier on, and then didn't have anything until about 7 o'clock when I had some fruit. I need food when we finish. Actual food. Renee, how's the chauffeur? Is he driving you crazy? He was violently ill after, but still at it. In, sound, nutrients, vom, off you go again. We go again. Eat what you can when you can. It's Thursday tomorrow, isn't it? Can I treat myself tomorrow to something? What can I have? I'll start thinking about it now. What could I have? What could I have? That'd be nice. It were wartime. It were wartime. Was Popeye conjured up during the war? Does Popeye actually predate the war? Popeye the Sailor is a fictional cartoon character created by Elzie Crislier Segar. The character first appeared on January the 17th, 1929 in the Daily King features comic strip, Thimble Theatre. 1929. That'll be the States, won't it? Definitely. But that made sense. That made a lot of sense. He's doing well. He sent over home baked cookies. Yes, lovely stuff. Lovely. Yeah, can you tell him we all said hi? Did anyone watch the Formula One? Not my scene, that, man. That ain't my scene. I had the misfortune of watching footy the last weekend, nothing else. Chinese ribs and crispy duck. Oh, yeah. Oof. Crispy duck, man. Crispy duck. His name is Rick, a retired paleontologist. Oh, very nice. But he's got some stories, hasn't he? Stuff that he's dug up over the years. I used to watch it. No, I used to watch it during the 80s, 70s, 80s and 90s. Stopped sometime in the mid-90s, where it just became laptops. People with laptops. Shit, man. Eating carrots to improve eyesight was a propaganda thing during World War II, was it? So they don't actually help your eyes at all. Maybe the Great Depression. That was the 20s, wasn't it? Yeah. Oh, good thinking. Good thinking, Louise. Good thinking. Yeah, could have been. I know during World War II, Popeye was used as propaganda. Lots of propaganda. Now you're talking. More a savoury person yet. Crispy duck is absolutely stunning. Piggly Ding next. Anyone? Bueller. When we used to go for a Chinese, me and the ex, we used to get the same thing all the time. I can't remember what it was, but crispy duck was the start of it. And then my daughter, who is used to be an awful eater, very picky, wouldn't eat anything, would eat the exact same Chinese meal. She liked all of it. So I don't know whether or not it's because this was eaten while she was in the womb. I don't know. But she did actually like the same kind of stuff. So I wonder. I wonder. I might order some actually. No idea. Popeye was that old, yeah. Almost 100 years old. How mad's that? How mad's that? I should love F1, but rarely watch it now. It's lost for me. It's lost its je ne sais quoi. It's not the same as it is Hunt and Lauder. PK Prost, Senna, Mansell. Not the same anymore, man. Wasn't the carrot thing to cover the use of radar? You have to explain that one to us, Mandy, I'm afraid. Do you think the entire nation chomping on carrots is loud enough to stop you hearing the sweep of a radar going round? I don't know. You tell me. Love the blown diffusers era. Now they're not so great. The 70s was superb. Even the 80s was, but it seems to be less about the drivers now, more about the people who design things and the people with the laptops. Just, yeah, ruined it for me, man. We know all kinds of facts. We do. That's what we do. So was Basil Rathbone as Sherlock. There were some shocking episodes that were pure propaganda. The ex-Everton physio, Mick Rathbone, was nicknamed Basil. Good lad. Yeah, he's got a son who plays for Wrexham, Ollie Rathbone. If his nickname isn't Basil, then people there need a slap. I haven't seen any of those, but I love Basil Rathbone as Sherlock. He's my second favourite Sherlock. My second favourite. When was he Sherlock? Basil. 1939 to 1946. There you go. So, the start of the war till the end of the war and a year after. Basil. Where are they? Where are they? Who else is here? Trying to find where he is. Yeah, my favourite Sherlock Holmes is Ronald Howard, son of Trevor Howard, and his sidekick, H. Marion Crawford, Howard Marion Crawford. When did he play them? 1954. Leslie Howard, sorry, yeah. The son of Leslie Howard. Brilliant. Rick has loads of stories, but you've heard them at least 30 times. But still interesting, knowing it. Used to keep his house, watch his dog while he was working in the field looking for dinosaurs. Ah. What type of dog? Is it a sausage dog? Oh my God, is his name Myron? He looks like a Myron. Oh, Germans didn't know we had radar, so we told them the pilots were eating carrots and could see the enemy come. Oh, you sneaky British bastards. Don't you love that? That's where that comes from. That is epic. Night raids, right? Yeah. So you can see in the dark. Sneaky, sneaky British bastards. Look at a black lab, but she's passed. Old age, that's fair enough then. Did I prefer the guy from My Fair Lady? I always prefer the Fair Lady. Yeah, Ronald Howard. Brilliant. Just because, if you ever get to see them, they're on thingy, Talking Pictures TV occasionally. They're quite funny, but in a way that you wouldn't expect of the 1950s. Really, really good. To the point where I, a cynic, would laugh at them. Yeah, so Ronald Howard and H. Marion Crawford as Holmes and Watson. Very, very good. Lots of, sound like fairly newish jokes in them. Strange, but true. Do you see Oswald the Lucky Rabbit? He predates Mickey Mouse. Does that mean that he's now free to use as well? You know, there's a thing with radar where that film is based on. There's a few like that, isn't there? How muzzle was white, she was so old. That's when you know you got a proper old dog, when they go grey around the face. Benedict Cumberbatch is Sherlock, you like him? Good acting him, I quite like Benedict Cumberbatch. His mum, Vanda Bentham, was Cassandra's mum on Only Fools and Horses. True story. You plan to look up Oswald the Lucky Rabbit? We're going to have to do it, aren't we? Can we check out Oswald the Lucky Rabbit? Ah, right. Oswald the Lucky Rabbit. Are we ready for this? Y'all ready for this? Does that look familiar by any chance? Oswald the Lucky Rabbit. Created in 1927 by Walt Disney and Ubiverx for Universal Pictures, right? So it predates Mickey Mouse and it looks just like him, really, doesn't it? You can tell who's drawn that, can't you? Oswald, 1927. So Popeye's older. No, he isn't. I can't remember what I said now. Really old school, really love the old cartoon. Jeremy Brett was the guy in My Fair Lady who played Jeremy Brett was a fantastic guy. I do like Jeremy Brett, actually, yeah. You're right, Louise, you're right. That would have been the era when I first started watching those programmes. So, yeah, he would have been my favourite up until recently, when I was able to watch the 1950s version. Because, of course, 1950s shows weren't really repeated during the 70s and 80s. It's a shame, really, because there was loads of people from the 50s around that I loved all that stuff. Yeah, Jeremy Brett. Very good actor, actually. Very posh. Very posh. I said the guy was gay, can't come up with a name. Oh, you're on about Alan Turing, Imitation Game and all that kind of stuff. Benedict Cumberbatch was on there as well, wasn't he? Oswald does look very much like Mickey. And that's Mickey as a Mickey Mouse for our Irish friends. He doesn't look like a Mickey. Bugs Bunny was an advisor to Churchill between 41 and 44. Would explain a lot, to be honest with you. His ears smudged, so looks more like a mouse. Probably, that's all it is, isn't it? Just, there we go. We'll turn him into a mouse. The theory of everything. Theory of everything would be Stephen Hawking. He wasn't gay. He was just in a wheelchair. In fact, he was decidedly not gay, was Stephen Hawking. Bit of a naughty boy when he could walk, wasn't he? And also while he was in his chair, apparently. While he was still a little bit early on, when things still worked. Theory of Everything, was that Eddie Redmayne that was in that one? In that film? I haven't seen that film. Down with that sort of thing. Exactly, yeah. Exactly. Mickey goes hard. Mickey goes hard. Then he puts it in cider. Oh, you don't like cider? Well, I put it in Fanta instead. Bit of Tommy Tiernan for you there. Yeah, bit of Tony Basil. Hey, Mickey. Did she know what it meant in Irish? In Irish slang? Maybe she did, and that's what she meant. You're some man, you blow my mind. You're Mickey. You're Mickey. Is that fact or conspiracy? If it started as conspiracy, it is now fact. If it started as fact, we're turning it into a conspiracy. Either way it works. Wonder how old Rocky and Bullwinkle are. Let's have a look. I reckon they're old as well. They look proper old, don't they? I cannot spell. No, not that. Stop filling things in, you stupid AI bastard. Well, The Adventures of Rocky and Bullwinkle are from 1959. So does it tell you when they started? Doesn't tell you whether it started off as a cartoon. Oh, background, there we go, yeah. Right, 1959. 1959. I would have thought they'd been older than that, man. They have Russian spies. Everyone's got Russian spies these days. It's a Mandyism theory. There's a drink called Mickey Finn's. Not sure if it's still around. A Mickey Finn, young Alison Bennett. A Mickey Finn is a a drug that people used to put in people's drinks to knock them out. A bit like a roofie or Rohypnol or something. So if someone slipped you a Mickey Finn, you'd collapse and then you wouldn't know where you are. You'd wake up days later. Ain't nobody slipping me a Mickey Finn. Like my kids like drums, it makes sense to me. Budum, 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 budum. Rhythm of the heart. And then smashy, smashy with drummy stickies, because it reminds them. When you play drums or you're near someone who's playing drums, you can feel it pounding into your chest. So it must feel like when you're in womb, all that. Yep, Turing, The Imitation Game, that's the one. Benedict Cumberbatch played Alan Turing. Fantastic. Great film, man. If you like that, try Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy from 2011, I think it is. He was in that as well. In fact, every fantastic British actor of his generation was in the same film. It's amazing. Greatest cast I've ever seen in any one particular place. Totally amazing, man. Much more modern. They are much more modern. They are Mickey Finn liqueur, alright. Said Mickey Finn, your mind went to gangster and I did that accent, of course. Why, I oughta. Bonjour.
It's going up, 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 it's there.
You're off, you need to eat, no worries, but you just levelled up right at the end. That's what you're talking about. Fantastic stuff. I need to watch out because I've been watching far too many mafia things this week as well, so I'm in danger of going full on. What am I, some kind of fucking mook? Go and whack that fucking fuck. You cannot handle having your rib cage vibrating from percussion. Don't go to many rock gigs then, because if you're right at the front, that drum, it absolutely pounds you, doesn't it? Poinds you. Absolutely poinds you. Always mix up the two films, the one of the autistic guy and with the Aussie fella and Jennifer Connelly. Beautiful Mind. Ah, yeah, that's Russell Crowe. The owner of the South Sydney Rabbitohs rugby league club. He owns a rugby league club. That's when you know you're getting paid too much to act. Fucking rabbit house, mate. You can feel after sitting in the parking lot from a rock gig. It's proper noisy, isn't it? There's no need for it. I was pleasantly surprised when we went to see Noel Gallagher. Just how quiet it was. I mean, it was loud enough, but there was speakers everywhere around the auditorium, so it didn't have to be stupidly loud at the front to hit the back, rather. Can't speak English. So it was nice. I could hear it without it being too loud. Just loud enough that you couldn't hear the people next to you chatting shite to each other. Or my daughter, as I call her. That is over one, yep. Beautiful mind, mate. You are available for pub quizzes. Your name's down on the sheet. What's the team name? Pendle and the Witches. Are we going for that one? I used to be quite good for pub quizzes because I'd just get the most random shit. Got a great memory for random shit. Don't know where to park my car or what my name is or where I live, but you know, I can come up with random shit. Shut your voters! Back in 13, laters, enjoy your meal. Eet smakelijk, jongen. Bon happy tits. Yeah, I'm definitely getting too old. Music's too loud. Nowhere to sit. You can't whistle to this. Oh, where's me pudding? I am. I'm far too old for it. A bucket or something. A bucket. Are we having a bucket? Bucket of tea if you want something like that. Oh, there's booze. We've got booze. Got a right boozy dough. We do your bows and all. So a cracking t-shirt said Pendle Witch Trials with the date underneath it. They missed one. Oh, there you go. We should have got you one for your birthday, shouldn't we? Pub quiz, very good idea. Ugh, it isn't, it isn't. People get far too... It used to be great in the days before mobile phones. I'm just going to toilet. Next thing you come back and then someone sat there doing 27 answers. I've just thought of these 27 answers while I've spent 20 minutes in the toilet. Bollocks. If you're doing that, there's some good quizzes. There's a pub in Liverpool that do them where you get an app on your phone. So one person gets the app. You get a password and it's all timed. So they give you the questions, they give you the 4 answers. You pick which one it's going to be. And whoever gets it the quickest earns the most points for it. Whoever's got the most points at the end obviously wins. So it doesn't matter if you go to the toilet and find the answer out, it's too late. That I don't mind. They found a way around it. So, when you say you saw a cracking t-shirt, did you buy it? Did you get it? Would that be on Pendle Hill Base Camp? Is that where that is? In the gift shop? You are a slow typer. Having a phone will not help. No, but if you got to choose 1, 2, 3 or 4 or A, B, C or D, just think off you go. It's not too bad, is it? Connor, how you doing, bud? Worry the site was sus. Are you trying to say that we should have the same thing over here? Get you to order yourself one. Yeah, I've got to be careful with sites like that, haven't you? But he says having a merch store attached to his channel. Mind you, T-Mill's alright, to be honest with you. Not a bad site, T-Mill, and it's also very ethical. Very ethical with 2 F's. Ethical. Are you watching me, Thermos? Are you watching me? What are you playing at, lads? Get on the phone. Sorry, get on the phone. I know you're millennials, aren't you? Hit me up. Let's do this thing. We need to get sponsored. I'm not selling enough. I'm not selling anything, am I? I'm not doing enough views to be able to get sponsorship, so ain't going to happen. Even someone as wonderful as Thermos wouldn't even look at me twice. Still warm, sitting outside and you're almost sweating in a t-shirt. Spring is round the corner. Well, spring is tomorrow officially, but it is. It's almost here. Tomorrow and Friday, parts of England, southwest England, 21 degrees Celsius. That's beer garden all afternoon weather. Well, it would have been back in the day before my brain went. Now I can't. What do you call me? Doesn't look warm out there, but it doesn't look cold. That's the thing, you see. Yep, Ali, Donald is hot stuff. Definitely. It's because where he lives, doesn't matter. It can be freezing cold all over the rest of the UK and Ireland. Donald's in some kind of bizarre little twilight zone of his own where it's always bloody warm. Even when it's 700,000 mile an hour winds. Sun's still out. I must remember to do my Duolingo. I can't let my streak disappear. What am I on now? What's my streak? 617 days. Far too much. How's your brother getting on, Connor? How you doing, bud? How's he? How is he? I can't even speak. Looks dark outside yours. It's dark outside mine as well. Ironically, isn't it? At 11:15 at night in March. Right, needs to drop out. No worries. Go and sort the cats out. You're a naturally warm person. I know people like that. Doesn't matter how cold it is. They're still sweating cobs. They should be a baker, really. Make a fortune when you're sweating cobs. And I know the opposite side of that. The yin-yang. Middle of summer. Sun cracking the flags. Warmest weather since records began. And there's one of the people in the office putting a cardi on. I'm too cold. Fucking what? It's that warm, the vultures have gone on strike, you know what I mean? Getting on good. Oh, good stuff, mate. Glad to hear that. Yeah, warm hands, no good for pastry. Got to be cold hands. Which makes you think, really, doesn't it? Why don't more undertakers make pastry? Why don't they make bread? Bread and dead. Brown bread. There you go. See? I've just spitballed that for you. That's how you should do it. Cold hands from the slab all day and what have you, and fiddling with corpses bits. So your hands are freezing cold. Make bread. Make brown bread. Brown bread. I'm basically a genius. This makes sense. You got your hair cut today. Seems to be catching. Having hot flushes. Menopause. Oh no. You don't want the menopause. That's even worse than the womanly pause. Far worse. You tried being like that, but after 10 minutes you had to put a jumper on. That's because you live under 27 quilts. That way, 27 continental quilts. 10.5 tog quilts. And that's you because you don't want to get burned. That's fair enough if you're protecting yourself to get out of the sun, but this is because Sue, who used to work with us, genuinely, every window in the office would be open. There'd be people fainting because it was so hot, and she'd have the heater on, the fan heater under her desk. It's too cold in here. Fucking what? We can't even tell you how hot it is because the thermometer has melted. That's how hot it is. And you're putting, the heating on and 3 cardies, a jumper. Get me coat, I'm going out. Fucking what? You're coming up to that age. When is it though? I need to know because I need to make arrangements for this. I am menopausal.
Very poor. Very poor indeed.
That wasn't poor, but you're getting a very poor anyway because I felt like it. All right. Poor Nick. No, I should have another. I don't know. What is it? I don't know why I'm looking at the clock as though that tells you when menopause kicks in. When is it? I don't know. I think I might have started mine when I was about 19 or something. Got down to -5 there. Still wearing a t-shirt outside. Just a t-shirt. Controversial. Got to be careful. I mean, there's a certain temperature at which a man can change sex when it goes from being an outie to being an innie. Just saying. To be very, very careful. Made yourself laugh. Good. I liked it too. That might become it might become merch in the future, that mightn't it? Don't mind me, I'm just going through the menopause. I don't think I need to. I don't think I need the car condom on tonight. Let me just check though. -4 is as low as it's getting. That will do me. Then it goes to 15 in the afternoon. It is a right Brucey bonus. So which is the hot day? Friday. 16 degrees. No sun, no loads of cloud. How hot would it be if there's no pissing cloud? Were you strutting your funky stuff? Do we still strut our funky stuff? You know where you could have hung your coat at that temperature? There's you'd be lucky to hang anything at that temperature, to be honest with you. Love the weird jokes. I like weird jokes as well. Yeah, some shriveled prawn action going on. There has to be, yeah. It has been that cold here occasionally. Where you try and talk and it comes out as just a high-pitched squeak, and then the Davina McCalls disappear up to your throat. And then all you end up looking like is a female bodybuilder. Yeah, be careful. You have a fierce bad. I love the way they say that, the Irish. A fierce bad cough. Instead of saying really, say fierce. Much better. Much more poetic, I think. Like my gay friend. He's not Irish. He's got an Irish name, but he's not Irish. Once said, there's about another gay fella that used to come in the pub. Do you know him? I can't picture him. You'll know him. He's ferociously gay. I thought, coming from a gay man, he's ferociously gay meant a next level of campness. And when I saw him, I get exactly who you mean. So it was a lovely use of the phrase, or the terminology. Beautiful use of the English language. He's not really, he's ferociously. Like someone who's 6'9", ferociously tall. It's a lovely, lovely phrase. Good way of doing it, though. Only strut if you play that funky music. White boy. Kotuk, what do you call me? A growling cough. Better than a coughing growler, to be honest with you. A fierce queer one, the queer one. It is the spot, right there. On your Kotuk. What do you call me? That's what they used to call some of the people in the pub, Kotuks, because they couldn't call them the other sea hooks. The queer hot cough. We all know it. We all know it. Maybe I'm getting it now. My poor throat. It's not even sore. Just, it's unused, isn't it? I should use it more. But when you spend 8 hours in your room working without talking to a single person, this is what happens. Know what I mean, bro? Know what I mean? Although, like I said yesterday, or today, I can't remember. I am losing track. It was yesterday I recorded it. It was today I released it, isn't it? I think. I was singing, and it was in tune, which is huge, man. I've not done that for a while. In actual tune. That's what I was struggling with to begin with. Finding the tune. The strength and power will come afterwards, I thought. Maybe. I don't know. So I wonder. I wonder. Would I be able to write some stuff, record some stuff, and sing into this here microphone. Are you sure? Yes. Because if I could, that would be fantastic. That would scratch an itch I have. A creative itch. Thank you, Ali Alio. It was great. I used to sing all the time, even when people didn't want me to hear. When people didn't want to hear me, I can't fucking spit. What's wrong with me, man? I know what's wrong with me. I've had a stroke. There you go. I wasn't howling like a 20-year-old dog trying to howl. No. I was singing like a almost 52-year-old man trying to sing. I used to sing all the time. You only have my word that it was in tune. My word is my bond, Mandy. My word is my bond. All right. Beforehand, it wasn't in tune to my ears. Now it's in tune to my ears. I sang in the pub for a long time. I can carry a tune. And this felt like the same. Know what I mean? Oh, here she comes. Watch out, boy. She'll chew you up. Oh, here she comes. She's a man eater. Oh, what was I singing to that the other week? I was singing something else to that, wasn't I? I can't give you proof that I'm singing in tune because I would have to have music on in the background to sing along to. And I'm not putting Pearl Jam on here and getting Eddie Vedder all over the yockey. You suspect Jesus would show up before you could sing in tune. If you couldn't sing for him, who could you sing for? Go on, give us a blast. I no can do. That's all you know, lyric-wise, for Maneater. That's, you know what, that's not a bad tune. I don't overly like Hall and Oates, but Maneater's not a bad tune. But it's really good because you can mess around the lyrics. I could sing the Mankman songs, I could do. And I could, sing it outside in the sunshine. Yep, could do that. I was actually thinking of something along those lines, Mandy. If not all of the song, some of it. And the good thing is as well, you can record AI songs and then download the stems, which is the drums separately, the bass separately, the vocals separately, and then all the other added together. So if you do it right, you can just about get rid of the vocals off it. Put it into an app on your phone, on GarageBand or something, holler into it, and sing your own tune, man. Proper tune in the area. It took 20 years of practice before you could chant properly. 10 minutes at a football match and you'll be able to chant properly. Ali, you can sing it in your head but you can't type the words. Yeah, I know what you mean. People, if you ask them to give us one line of a song, I can't, I don't know the words. As soon as it comes in, the first line hits, bang, they're away, and you know it all. Maneater was your theme tune. Oh, hello. Are you letting us in on a bit of your secret, are you there, Andy? Mandy. Randy Mandy, was that what it was? Back in the day. Yeah, me singing Mankman, I could do that. Maybe. I would have to... I'll find a way of doing it. I will find a way. The theme tune, write the theme tune, live the theme tune. You are a pagan, you need to be able to chant. Are pagan chants similar to Gregorian chants? Is that what you mean? Not like, oi, 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 not that kind of chant. Not like, ali, 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 oh, ali, 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 oh. Yeah, whatever turn FC, Roberto's Blue Army, ali, 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 oh. Woo. No, not a football chant. No, no. Notorious. Can hear some birds making a racket in the distance. Can't record it. The phone can't pick it up. When you say birds, do you mean feathered, or are we talking 1970s females? Different thing altogether. I know what you mean. I've done it myself with the phone app, Merlin. Thinking this is dead loud, I can hear all these birds. And it's picked up 2 of them. I can hear it perfectly, why can't the phone? And yet if I record it, I can hear it on the recording. Mondo bizarre, dude. You chant along with the CD of Tibetan monks or Gregorian chants. I know the stuff. We had a spell over here of dance music using Gregorian chants. Hugely popular. Feathered birds. Feckin' birds. I like the old feathered birds. If you notice any of the videos that I've done lately, I try and get some kind of 10-second-y, piss-around-y picture. A little bit of filmage with the birds in the background because they sound so nice. We should celebrate them. Put them on film. Birds on film. 2 minutes later. Yeah. You man. Same pigeons and a few others, you're not sure of the names. Try the Merlin app on your phone, it's brilliant. We did I got Helen. She downloaded it onto her phone as well, just sat in the garden or wherever, or out and about. Use the Merlin app and you can, the amount of different birds you've got near you will be surprised. I did it in the garden one morning, just having a cup of tea, and I think I picked up 13 different types of birds, all within just pretty much our garden. It's amazing. You know, adult education as well by them, especially at the start. I've not heard that, I don't think, or maybe I have. Right now you only hear crows and cardinals, both never shut up. Crows very, very seldom do, don't they? Mad crows. Ali does a cracking job of it. Our Ali. Your rooster will start at about 2:30 or 3 a.m. The same for most fellas, isn't it? Your rooster gets up a few hours before you do. So I'm led to believe. I don't know. That's what the kids say anyway on those notice boards on the internet, on the forums. Oh Jesus, me feckin' rooster was up at 3 o'clock this morning. I have to try to hit it with a rolling pin to get rid of the feckin' thing, you know. Get him a clock, yes. There's no need for any bird to be up at 3 o'clock in the morning. Have you seen the Frank's Pigeon video? Very funny and true fact. We'll have to have a look. Check it out, won't we? Could be worse. It's not peacocks make an amazing sound. You only ever see them or hear them at rich people's houses. Rich people's houses. But yeah, that's loud as well, that isn't it? Any rooster that sang at 3 a.m. would be in the slow cooker. Was it the rooster crowed at midnight? Mash. Me think. Someone round here had one. I think it might have been the Chinese fellow who used to live up the road because he moved away and the rooster disappeared. So I'm putting 2 and 2 together. But that used to go hurt when looking renting at about 5:30 in the morning, which was bad enough. 2:30. Nah. You've got a confused rooster that always cockles, cock-a-doodle-doos at 3 in the afternoon. That's a very confused. Maybe it was bought from, I don't know, New Zealand or somewhere. And it's stuck on New Zealand time. Get him an oven. Yeah, get him an oven. Go well with the roast spuds. 1 a.m. to 5 a.m. is the only quiet break you get from the neighbour kids. Oh, what a pain in the balls that is. Ali Ali out, no worries. Bonne nuit, mon chéri. Tomorrow, Laces tired. Right? No tripping over, no running too quick. Don't be having races with your mates. We know what you like. No more bruises. Nothing like that. Actually, it's that time of night, isn't it? Me trout's going. Me feckin' trout's going. Sleep well. No more black eyes. Yes, good night everybody. Especially Louise, apologies for not streaming on your birthday. We missed out. We could have had a big celebration for you. Could have had a feast. Instead, there was just you, 14 Sherpa, 26 yaks, and a storm. But you know, proper night out. Yeah. Cheers everyone. Cheers everyone. We'll get Sunday's scheduled quicker than I got today's scheduled. I promise. Right, I need to go and do something. I don't know what it is. Collapse, eat. I need to go and eat. So for the time being, dancing shoes. Get on your dancing shoes. Sexy little swine. A little bit of Arctic Monkeys for you there. Come on, let's go. And that's that.